And we're live.
Hello, all you cool cats and all you dump stats. Good evening and welcome to Chromatic Chimera, where the story is made up and the XP doesn't matter. And I am he who is known as Puddins. And joining me tonight are Chris as Krukazel, the Dragonborn Druid, Abigail as Nettle, the Halfling Paladin, Lucy as Cat, the Azamar Rogue, Ryan as Gray, the Tiefling Warlock, Megan as Rosalind, the Auntie Pureblood Warlock, returning to us tonight. Welcome back. And Sam as Mouse, the Tiefling Ranger Cleric. And remember, if you decide that someone deserves inspiration because you really like what they did or you want to save their character from certain death, 300 bits and tell us who you want to give the inspiration to, and you're good to go. With that, we can go to the in-character recap.
Dear Sancha, the Star-Touched and I are on the way to Ergovel to face the Biomancer leader Dr. Branson once and for all. He is the one behind the experiments done to mein Freund Cat, who does not truly hate me as I feared. Dr. Branson is the one who Jade was working for, the one who Jade wanted to give me to for treatment. I have never looked forward to a hunt so much in my life. My friends and I spent a little time at the beach of Lake Balin before we left for Ergovel, though. I know it was risky to take a day to rest and relax. Branson has more time to flee or increase his protections now. But we truly needed a day to recover from all that has happened. Kat just buried her adoptive mother. Gray just learned some difficult truths about his adoptive mother. And Nettle deserves to have some normal childhood moments. I want her to get to have all the ones that Jade and I missed when we were her age. Thank you for teaching me to swim, by the way, Sancha. I am very glad that I did not need to know how before we met. I do not think I have truly ever thanked you for all that you taught me. So thank you. I have never gone to a beach with friends before. I guess I have never really had friends before, though. We played volleyball and found real secret treasure. I tried a thing called a s'more. It is a Hagardi treat, and it is delicious. We are in the Shivering Forest now, staying in the Halfling Tree Village, Tuft Hollow, as we journey to Ergovel. We had a strange experience with a Halfling shaman who is able to communicate with the astral dragon himself. He told us our destinies, and most were not very pleasant sounding. He said to me that my friends will need my bow when we journey to Hell, and I do not think he was being poetic. He said Nettle would be a great hero, that Cat would one day wield a sword of flame. He said Roz must break chains she made for herself, whatever that means. Gray, it seems, may be destined to slay the children of his mother, the Sovereign. And Krukazel, he is meant to face oblivion itself. Sancha, I will gladly give my life for these friends in any battle, on any hunt. They have saved mine endlessly already. I am going to have to begin training much harder. I must learn what I can about this entity called the Farseer in the Void, who threatens my new friends. Once Branson is dead, and I finish the hunt that once defeated me, this being will be next. May you see good hunting until we see each other again. Mouse.
Three. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you, Sam, for that wonderful, wonderful recap done in character as Mouse. And we return back to where we last left our heroes. As you know, we left them last in the treetop village of Tuft Hollow. And according to my wonderful players here, they do not have any other business to attend to in the hollows of the tree, in the boughs. So the party rests in the room that they booked at Fuzzfaz's Fizzer, and the next day they begin their journey out of Tuft Hollow. You walk through the winding wooden walkways of this treetop village to the large wooden lift that took you up here just yesterday. A Tuft guard operates the lift for you and inquires if you enjoyed your time in the village. You find yourselves back on the On the ground, in the shivering forest, on the dimly lit forest floor, traveling atop your mounts, or walking on foot as you see foot. Flowering vines cling to the trees, reaching for what sunlight they can find. Earthy smells fill your senses, and the soft dirt clings to your boots or your mount's feet as you move between the trees. There really is not much of a road to follow in these old woods, but Mouse is able to skillfully guide you through the woods, weaving between tree trunks, dodging shrubs, and avoiding deep divots that were dug out by animals. You traverse the forest, stopping to rest whenever you grow weary, making camp under one of the tall trees, building a small fire. The sounds of animals teem to life during the day, and crickets fill the warm nights. The rain that had soaked the land in weeks past has let up, allowing flowers to bud, grass to grow tall, and animals to teem. Bird song and elk calls echo through the dim forest where the trees tower over you. So if you wish, if there's any interactions you want to have while on the road before getting to the next stop point, just feel free to chime in there. If we have nothing, we'll continue onward for the next few days of travel.
I just have it.
Can't wait to be on the road
Oh,
again.
no.
Like
General-
the band of bugbears, we're the best of friends. Can't wait to be on the road again.
General question for my mental image.
Yes.
Are we still on the dogs and horse?
I leave that up to you. If you want to be riding your mounts, you can be. If not, you could be walking alongside them. You still have the mounts that Petra gave you.
Okay, we still have them.
Yes.
Permanent. Excellent. Good to know.
I'm a little bit terrified to take this good dog to Dr. Branson.
It's okay. All of Mouse's healing is for the dogs now. You're all on your own.
Good, I approve.
At this point, probably most of the other people in the party are a little tired of Nettles singing. It's not like she's stopped.
How many more days do we think we have till we get to, I guess, where we're heading?
To Ren's Run,
Yeah, I couldn't remember the name.
it's going to be over a week. I can tell you that much.
Okay.
It's going to be about 10, 11 days.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Do I got
When Nettle gets really into it, Roz is just gonna cast deafness on herself.
Oh, jeez.
Cold.
Have a few moments
Burn.
of peace.
I'm flying
She's like
high
trying
above.
to harmonize with herself, and it's not going well, and obviously. On the road again. On the road again.
I
Alright.
think you are getting better, Nettle.
At some point, Gray is just going to cast the Dancing Lights cantrip in various shades of pink and purple to try to distract her as they float around her head.
Whoa! Where'd these come from?
He's going to like make them act in such a way that it almost seems like they're sentient and they like react to her and like she's got new fairy friends.
Are you seeing this? Everybody, are you seeing this?
Yeah, it is very nice.
I think we should follow them. I think they're trying to speak to me.
Gray is just kind of like flapping his sleeves a little bit.
What do they think they are saying to you, Nettle?
I don't know. I don't speak light.
And then they kind of just come to rest on her head like a crown.
I think they said I'm the princess of the forest.
And then they go out.
Oh!
You know, that sounds about right to me.
I figured that was good enough for like 10 minutes of not singing.
It works, and you're able to travel through the forest with a quieter Nettle. During one of the nights, when everyone is resting and Rosalind's up, you get a sense like a chill crawling up your spine, like small spiders. The icy touches of their legs traveling up your spine at an uncomfortable speed.
Is this a feeling I am familiar with, or is this a new creepy feeling?
This is something you've probably felt once or twice before.
Yeah, she just makes a annoyed noise. Is she on watch right now? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's either you're on watch or you're in your tent alone.
Okay, she's gonna get up and kind of wander away from the campsite, like close enough where
Sure.
she can still see it. But generally, if she has to
Yeah.
talk, she's not gonna cause any distractions, and she's just gonna like meditate for a moment and try to ignore the feeling and let it pass.
So if you're looking for somewhere to be alone in the forest, more private, you have no problem finding that in this thick primeval woodlands. And as you're trying to zone out, the branches of these tall trees begin to groan and creak underneath a strong gust of wind. And you see a small flock of these black beat, red-eyed pseudo dragons, kind of flying down, swirling from in between these massive nightbark trees and into like in front of you, and they kind of form a humanoid shape until there's a puff of like magical dust or a cloud mist, and standing there is that familiar figure, the smooth-skinned, pale dragonborn with the large crescent, sleek, matte black horns, finely dressed in black and red, has like one of those capes with the really tall collars that goes all the way up around his head. Rosalind, it's been some time since we've spoken.
Yeah, it's been oh gosh, some would say not that much time at all, really. Maybe almost two. What's up? How can I help you? How are you?
I have been better. Remember, you're still my servant, and you are working for me. After all, I am the one who's given you your power.
Yes, and I am gathering information like you requested, doing exactly what you wanted.
And what information do you have for me then?
Not a whole lot. It's the information that you want is like forbidden knowledge sort of thing. So it's harder to find things than I wanted it to be.
As you're talking, he bends down and picks up a flower, and he's looking at it. And as you're speaking, you watch it as it like withers up, dries out, and turns black and wilts. Well, forbidden knowledge is knowledge I seek.
Yes. Yes, and forbidden knowledge does not come easily or quickly.
Indeed. And it appears this mutual enemy of your found friends has been meddling with dragon's blood.
Yes, that seems to be the case.
And you seek eggs from a powerful dragon. I've been watching.
Of course you have. That's part of your job. Do you have information that might aid in this?
Information for you to aid you against the biomancers. They have an ally in Kierkegaard. The only name I know for this ally is the Good Doctor.
The Good Doctor?
Yes. And so, if you do cut off the head of this Hydra, there are only places for others to grow. If you want to truly exterminate your enemy, you'll have to search far and wide.
Like ferret them all out?
Yes. Find them all.
Okay. That seems like a tall order, but I'm used to tall orders.
Yes. Just the Good Doctor is a little too. And he kind of like looks away for a second. Close to home for my liking.
You want them gone?
I want him gone. Yes.
Okay. I think that
And-
can easily be done. Well,
and-
easily. We could. It's on the agenda. We can bump it to the top.
And those eggs. The golden dragon's eggs.
Yes.
And he kind of like, all of a sudden, like there's a gust of wind and he's standing behind you, uncomfortably close. He's not practicing good social distancing. And he kind of leans in real close. I want them.
What if I got you one of them?
That would suffice.
Would or would not?
It would.
Okay.
Though more would be appreciated.
I think more might be noticed. I think even one is going to be a tall order. Dragon eggs aren't small.
Yes, but it would be quite a prize, and if you did bring me this egg, and he has like this wicked grin on his wicked toothy grin, and some of his teeth are a little extra longer than others. Some of those canines are quite pronounced. Let's say you bring me this egg. I'll leave you alone for some time. Perhaps grant you more power.
Okay. Okay. I will, of course, whatever you want. I have to do it. So it will be done.
Understood. Also, and he's kind of like walking away, and he turns back. Your clutch says, hello.
She does
And-
not respond to that. Just
and-
clutches her fist.
And he gives like a hiss, like a snake. He's like, and he bursts back into a whole bunch of little black pseudo dragons and takes off into the night sky, silhouetting against the moon.
Braz watches him fly off, and she's like, God, I hate that guy. He's just the fucking worst. And she'll turn and go back to camp.
You return to camp, and everything goes by without a hitch. Unless you don't want to divulge what has happened, we will continue traveling. We'll say you're about halfway to the next settlement. Anyone else got anything they would like to do before reaching Red Tooth?
At some point, Gray wants to talk to Krukazel again.
Sure. Yeah, take it away.
I will descend from my eagle form conveniently.
I mean, you don't have to. I could message. I could cast message back and forth between us.
All right, we'll do that instead.
Krukazel, about our chat the other day about Jade and what to do with him.
Yes, yeah. Have you come up with a good idea, good solution?
Good is a very strong word. I wonder, when all is said and done, and maybe perhaps we have retrieved more of the eggs, Ballora Grimm might not want to keep watch over Jade for us.
Oh, now that's an idea, because on one hand, I really want to see Jade get eaten by a giant gold dragon, and on the other, I think it'd be a good mentor-like program.
I was thinking something along those lines, because really, I'm fairly certain that no matter what tricks he has up his sleeves, Ballora Grimm can probably handle it.
Yes, and to be fair, Juan Meritos was a little bit more of the brains of the operation, it seems, so I'm sure this entity as great as Ballora Grimm can handle Jade. I like it. It's a good idea.
Perhaps a bit better than the dropping him off with the Swiftfoots idea.
Yeah, not that I don't think another legendary creature like Randy could take care of him, but, Ballora Grimm's just a tiny bit stronger, I think. Barely.
I was just wondering if, not to put emphasis on race, but you're a dragonborn and Ballora Grimm is a dragon, and maybe perhaps you had a bit of a closer connection to her than the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely talk to her about it, see how she feels. The only hiccup, I think, might be letting Jade so close to her babies, especially after they've already been injured a little bit by Jade's faction, but maybe if Jade promises to be a good boy.
That, and maybe he could see how repentant he is, and maybe he could do something worthwhile for once and help with the children.
That's true. Well, I can definitely get him out of Thunderbluff pretty easily, so...
I mean, I know this isn't here nor there at the moment. We have a doctor's appointment to keep.
Yeah, but it is worth talking about, so...
And since this is going to take a while, I figured why not try to solidify some sort of plan there.
No, I think it's a great idea. I'm definitely willing to help out. I'll try to talk to Belorgrim. Maybe we bring her more coffee in exchange for this.
I can't remember. Does Gray know about you and Jordantarax and the other guy?
Yeah, probably. I'm not really hiding it.
Perhaps you could speak to Big J, or whatever his given name is.
Yes,
And-
normally I bring him J's instead of coffee, but...
But I was thinking perhaps if you and Big J were to ask Belorgrim a favor, she might be a bit more pliable.
I'll talk to the big guys and gals upstairs and see if they can help us out with this.
I do hate to put everything on you, so if there's anything I can do, just let me know.
Oh, sure, not at all. You're the brains behind this. I'll just call in some favors, see what I can conjure up.
Okay. And I'll see if I can think of anything better suited.
I'll think too, but, that never really works too well, so...
Yes, it's new for me as well.
Yep.
That'd be about where
Yeah.
he would take out a watermelon, put it back, because he doesn't her up there. He can't. Just...
So as you're finishing up your nice chat, the trees begin to thin out into a clearing surrounded by a wooden palisade. Smoke from cooking fires stream into the sky, carrying the scent of cooked meat and vegetables into the air. Moss clings to the palisade, and lanterns burn atop wooden posts. A duo of guards in simple leather armor, bows slung around their shoulders, and holding what look to be like hunter spears, and hide clothing, stand at the front gate, which lays open. One of them kind of steps forward a little bit and gestures towards you and, welcome to Redtooth. It ain't much, but it's the only stop between Ren's Run and Tuft Hollow. Food, drink, and lodging can be found at Kuzak's Roadhouse. And the guard looks the star-touched over, gives an approving nod. And if ye fancy yourselves hunters, speak to the warden. She keeps offering quick coin for able-bodied lots like yourselves.
What kind of town motto is "it's not much, but it's a stop on the way"? You need to work on that speech.
It's a town like Redtooth's motto. Many people don't come here for the academy or for vacation. I'm sure you... It kind of gestures to it, and there's just like a bunch of tents and like log cabins. This is definitely like a hunter's sort of town, like a tent city almost.
Maybe they
You
could have
have something
invested
to-
in a little PR.
Yeah.
Our PR is we hunt rare and strange creatures, and we provide many magical reagents for casters of spells and enchanters and things.
That would
like
be great. Even
better.
maybe shorten it. Yeah, we hunt rare and strange creatures. Like, that's a great catchphrase. I'm
Yeah.
intrigued. I want to know more.
We also maintain the safety of the travelers within the shivering forest by hunting down problematic creatures. If you're searching for more information regarding that, I suggest you talk to the warden.
Yeah, that's getting too long now.
It's a bit wordy.
Yeah. Workshop it.
Looks at the other guard, and she's just kind of like, I don't know. Well, anyway, and he just kind of gestures, you're free to enter. And as stated, I cannot emphasize enough that this isn't really much of a settlement. Most of the settlement comprises of hunter tents, cabins, and lodges. People mill about a small market. They're like very makeshift stands, probably made from wagons, like just set up in the market square. People are bartering for and purchasing goods. And you notice that a good portion of the population wears furs and carries at least a bow slung over their shoulders.
Mouse is very happy.
This is definitely Mouse. You would feel very much at home here.
Yeah, they're quite comfortable. It's like they don't have the same kind of tense attitude that they usually have when we're in a settlement or around people. It just feels much safer for them here. Still keeping their necklace hidden though.
Sure thing. So the places that, like as mentioned, you see signage for the Roadhouse. That's like the local tavern and inn. There's a sign that points you towards the end of the settlement, to the Warden's Lodge. And then you do notice that there is a sign pointing towards the Hunter's Shrine as well.
Well, should we go talk to that warden at all? I don't know. Maybe they will have some sort of news about Branson's movement or something. Maybe people have come through here.
Yes, and if she wants to offer us money, I'm always about that.
Oh, I like money.
It's worth a try.
Wait. Can I? Alex, are we still like in my domain or whatever?
What do you mean your domain?
My spired ship.
Oh, no, you're outside. You are now officially in the province of Urgavel of the
I'm
Convicting-
outside of my spire ship? Okay.
You're outside of your duchy.
But now we're technically in the Empire again, though, right?
Yeah, you're back in the Empire of
Okay.
Kovith.
So I can't go up and be like, I would like some taxes, please.
No, you can't. You could try.
You could. Okay, well,
Please.
maybe let's just go talk to the warden first.
Okay.
All right, so you make your way through this town. There's plenty of space to walk around freely, as most of the people here are hunters or traders of some kind. You do notice what appears to be someone dressed in fine robes. They look like they're making, they're in a shop of some kind. It looks like they're exchanging money for some sort of goods. Definitely this person though does not look like they fit in around here. And you continue walking, and you continue to this building that's built into the side of the palisade. It's a larger cabin than the rest. It's perhaps the most nice and most permanent looking residence here in Redtooth. A pond lays outside the building, surrounding it to make sort of like a garden. And so to get to the Warden's Lodge, you have to kind of cross over a small wooden bridge over the pond. So you approach the Warden's Lodge.
Are we gonna knock?
Knock.
So kung, 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 kung. In a few moments, an elf woman answers the door. She's average height. She's a bit on the stronger looking side, certainly, especially for an elf. Has long silver hair that she keeps braided behind her head. And she has these brown eyes that are intense, that almost blend in with her pupils. She wears a green cloak over a hunter's outfit, and she kind of looks the group over. Yes, hello, I am Warden Breva Silvermeadow. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today?
Hi. We're the Star Touched. We're passing through. We were wondering, you're in charge here, so we were wondering if you maybe knew anything about any biomancers in the area, particularly a man by the name of Branson.
No, Dr. Branson rings any bells here. Biomancers probably wouldn't be very welcome here, considering. She takes a second and looks Mouse up and down. We attract an awful lot of black coats around here and members of similar guilds and bounty hunters. If any of them dare show their face around here, I'm sure the steam priests in Ren's Run would have all the pleasure of doing away with such an individual.
Have you maybe heard anything about any sort of increased biomancer activity in the area?
Not to my knowledge, no. There have been a few more reports of creatures on the roads, but this is the Shivering Forest. There are all kinds of ancient fae that call this place home.
Ooh.
Anything unusual, though? Like, even compared to normal?
there's two things that have appeared out of the norm to me. Firstly, I've been receiving complaints about a fey creature being problematic. Grove about a day's west here. They say hunters have been telling me this angry fey sends wild creatures at them unprovoked. And it's only, so there's that. That was a bit odd, but it's not uncommon for fey creatures to become upset with our kind walking through their lands.
Is this a fey creature that the Red Tooth has any sort of relationship with in the past?
Not to my knowledge, no. But it does have a hold over wildlife, which I'm sure you can understand why that is very concerning for myself and my hunters here in this, town.
Yeah, naturally, that makes sense. For concern, of course.
The other thing is, and I'm sure this is nothing, but travelers been talking about fiends in the woods at night. I'm almost certain it's just the height of spring, bringing out owlbear mating season, but if that's the kind of strange occurrences that your lot is looking for, perhaps it's worth looking into. Plus, she kind of pulls out some coins from a purse on her belt.
Ooh.
I'll make it worth your while.
Ooh.
If I can say I had an actual black coat, go and check out the area and give it the A-OK, I'm sure many travelers and hunters would feel much more at ease.
I'll just sort of look at the others and go, I know that we, sort of afraid of losing a trail already. It is really up to what you think we should do.
I want to have monsters.
You heard the Duke.
That's one.
I mean, I am pretty concerned if there's fiend activity in, the area. That's...
What if it has something to do with the biome? I mean, we're not far from Ren's Run.
Yeah, that is kind of something I am worried about. They do questionable things. What if... I don't know, they are behind it.
My concern is it's an escaped experiment or something.
Oh, that would be awful. Do you know where these most recent sightings have been? How far from Red Tooth?
Not very far, just up the road towards, if you take the road towards the Arches, that's where they're allegedly ambushing travelers. Some have reported slain half-eaten carcasses, bones on the road or around the road. Many of my hunters are often tracking and hunting in that area, I'm sure you can understand.
Yeah.
But that's about it. One of them did report a massive stag in the area, but that's, it's spring. Stags are probably looking for mates. I'm sure you've been hearing the elk calls. Have you been traveling through the forest?
But what if they're monsters?
But what kind of monster would that be? I've been wardening for this forest for 300 years now, and I don't think I've encountered anything quite like this.
Vampire elk.
Vampire?
Yeah, vampires. It could be a vampire.
I don't know about that, but if it is the direction that she was saying, was this on the way to Ren's Run?
Yes, it's
Okay.
the road towards the Arches of the Gods. The Arches of the Gods lead you into Ren's Run.
Well, then maybe we can at least take a look on our way. And if it is a biomancer thing, it is certainly something that should be dealt with.
It's not even half a day's travel from here. I will give you 200 gold pieces to go look the area over, and if you can give me a clean bill of health for the area, that's the easiest 200 gold pieces a black coat has probably ever made, and their traveling companions who look quite capable themselves.
We are.
It's worth looking.
Sure, why not?
Plus, if you kill anything that has components or pelts that are worth anything, I'll buy those off of you too.
Okay. Well, if you all think it is okay, we can at least do that on the way.
And if anyone wants to roll a nature check.
I mean, yeah.
Feel free at the description of the monsters.
Wait, let me
The
get my ace
alleged
dice.
monsters.
I got a dirty
Alleged
20.
monsters.
I don't know how the fuck
Oh.
that happened, but
Oh.
Ooh.
14.
I also
14,
got a
14.
dirty 20.
Dirty 20s.
Not really.
Is Roz not? No.
I only got an 8 on the die, so.
Well, don't worry, Roz. They are not vampire elks. I would have told you if
Darn.
they were. Kat, you remember Dr. Branson had a fascination with a certain kind of creature, very rare and cursed creature. Mouse, you're familiar from your black coat training, especially when you met that one person from the School of the Weeping Elk. These sound like creatures that are known as multiple names throughout the world. That's part of why they're difficult to cross over culturally. Names include Bies, and in some places they're called night fiends, and they are former druids who committed the act of cannibalism while wild-shaped and have been cursed to this form. Dr. Branson had a fascination with them due to the whole body transformation thing.
sounds up his alley.
And yeah, that's what the giant elk-like creature in the forest, fiends in the woods. The pieces are kind of coming together. Like there might be more to this than what the warden thinks. Perhaps the warden's just never encountered a night fiend.
Right. Do I know at all if like they tend to be solitary, or is this something where like they tend to congregate? Would Mouse have any notion?
Some things you would know is, first of all, the name Night Fiend is a misnomer. They are not fiends. They are not derived from the lower planes. They are monstrosities.
Score.
But people think they're fiends because it's like a curse that is placed on druids, almost like a sort of punishment.
Oh, that makes my roll is actually a 23 if they're monstrosities. I get to use my...
Oh, okay.
I get expertise added to my roll, pretty much.
You would also know that you should be stocking magic weapons going in to hunt these things. They will stop at nothing to eat you, to rip and tear, and...
Until it is done.
Until it is done, and...
And Chris is gone.
And you do know that they tend to not travel in packs. They are either solitary or prefer smaller groups. It's very uncommon
like
for
a
more
small
than,
pack kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah, it's very uncommon for more than like
Okay.
3 of them to share a territory, since they're already such a rare occurrence. in the
Okay.
world.
And I mean, we're super lucky, so I'm sure it's just one.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Okay, well, I will relay this to my friends. I know a bit about these creatures. At least they are pretty nasty. If you will, anything that is not a magical fight against them will do nothing. So I guess we need to make sure that if we are going to go look for these things, we are ready and well rested.
I see.
I mean, I feel pretty good.
Yeah, you've had enough long rests on the road where you'd probably feel pretty decent.
Unless we want to get a drink first, something to eat.
Well, sure. I mean, what time of day is it actually?
It's like midday
Okay.
by the time you're arriving here.
Well, maybe a short rest then, and then maybe we could keep to the road and try to find their trail.
Okay.
Okay, well, Warden, thank you. We will certainly do what we can to help.
Yes, of course. Did you have your conversation about the fact that it's might be monsters in front of the warden?
I mean, Mouse didn't give those specifics. They
All
just
right.
said the things that I said so far.
Okay.
So,
Just curious.
yeah. I mean, it's good for her to know just in case we miss it that, hey, have magic.
Yes. Perfect. All right. So
Um,
what I'm hearing is people want to go make a quick stop at the tavern.
Yeah, Mouse, I think, though, will take a detour because they don't eat anyway and check out that shrine.
Sure. So, okay. Can I get who's going where, please?
Tavern.
All right. One for the
Petal
tavern.
will also go to the tavern.
I
All
go
right.
where Roz goes.
All right.
Gray will go with Mouse because nobody should be going anywhere alone.
Gray's passing up on food.
I have food.
Ooh, that's a big character moment, y'all.
To the tavern with me.
The biggest roleplay moment of the series.
First of all, how dare you? Second of all,
First of all, how dare you? So we'll
pull up watermelon.
start with the tavern. We'll start with the tavern crew. You find Kuzak's Roadhouse. It's a cabin. It's like a longhouse, and it has a simple thatched roof. A metal pipe chimney coughs smoke into the air. And inside the Roadhouse, it's a simple frontier-style place. Walls are lined with a variety of mounted creatures' heads. Most of them likely killed by the hunters, or perhaps even Kuzak himself. Behind the counter is a hobgoblin with weathered skin and thinning gray hair. A light blue pelt is draped over his shoulders, and the rest of his clothing is made of hide. He balances a pipe between his lips as he serves drinks to the patrons of the Roadhouse, many of them who look to be hunters. And you do see that he does have an eye patch as well over one of his eyes. And he says, "Oi, come here and let me get a good look at you."
Hello.
Yep. Roz will look at her friends and then like shuffle awkwardly toward eye patch person.
And he lifts up the eye patch and shows like an empty socket. And he starts just, "Oh, my apologies." And it gives me a good laugh. Anyway, what can old Kozak get you fine, folks?
Do you have any coffee?
Yeah, 1 gold for a cup of joe.
Okay. How late is it in the day?
It's like lunchtime.
Oh, okay. Then I will take a double espresso, please. And like a scone or something.
We got a lot of meat here,
Oh.
lass.
Can I have? Do you have anything that's not meat?
I guess I could try and toss up a salad for you, but can't make any promises. I'm sorry, wee lass.
If you could just bring me the coffee and like a head of lettuce.
Can and will do. Anybody
Okay.
else?
I would like your finest brunch drink.
Yes, of course. Mimosas, right? Is that the thing the fine folks are having
Yes,
these days?
I was going to ask, but I assume you wouldn't have. It's great, perfect, beautiful. This is going to be a good day. Yes, I would like one of those and then whatever food. Fucking eggs, I guess.
Oh, yeah, we got plenty of eggs laying around. Anybody else? Drinks, food? Yeah, you.
I'll take some lunch.
Yeah, 1 gold piece. Lunch and a drink. That's our special. Gold piece gets you lunch and a drink.
Is it bottomless mimosas?
It is when Krukazel's around.
Popping off again, I see.
What's the most expensive thing you have on the menu, my friend?
And he kind of starts looking it over. Oh, I got just the thing for you. I got blink dog steaks, mate.
Ooh, never mind. What's the most
Blink dog
expensive?
steak?
What's the most expensive drink you have on the menu? How about that?
It is a concoction of we call it the jungle juice. And there's just this giant vat in the back, which is bubbling, full of this liquor in it.
Chris and Krukazel would like one, please.
Yeah, that's 3 gold pieces for the jungle juice.
Sure.
And
How much are those steaks? Like, not for right now, but for this evening, maybe.
3 gold pieces for the steak.
Okay. Maybe
And
we'll
for 5,
remember
I'll
that.
throw a jungle juice with it for you.
What
a
a
deal.
Wow.
Yes.
So anyway, what brings y'all? And he throws up a large orangish arm onto the counter, and he's like handing you drinks. What brings you to Red Tooth, boy?
We've heard it's a stop on the way. That seems to be what you brag about here.
Like, I don't. I just sell drinks.
Well, they didn't mention your drinks when we came up.
We
is Nettle
are
trying
here.
to... Okay.
Oh, we are here as a stop on the way.
Headed to Ren's Run, are we?
Yeah. We're gonna. What are we doing there again?
Hunting.
Oh, we're
Oh.
gonna hunt monsters.
Well, I mean, you came to the right place if you're looking to hunt monsters.
But we're gonna hunt the true monsters, humanity.
Okay, that's enough now. Enough
Oh,
coffee
boy.
today.
And Kuzak just kind of like backs up a little bit. Alrighty, I'm gonna leave you to your food and drinks. Enjoy. And he walks away to go help another customer, kind of like, whoo.
Once he walks away, Roz gonna turn to the others. Is the good Dr. Branson? Is that one of Branson's titles?
No, that's somebody else.
Who's the good doctor?
I can't remember. He's definitely been mentioned to us before, right?
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah, we've
Is-
definitely heard of him.
Chris
Is he
knows,
like
right?
eviler than Branson?
That is TBD.
Up for debate at the moment.
Listen here, voice in the sky. I ain't asking you. Okay. I was just curious.
What
I
do
think
I
I-
know about the good doctor?
You remember the name being mentioned? You know they're situated in Kirkgard, and you know he's probably pissed off some vampires in the local area.
Lovely. Yeah, I don't know much about him.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure that's not who we're going after. Is there anything that we need to know to prep for this, Cat? Sorry, you just took a bite of food.
I mean, Dr. Branson is intelligent. He has access to Aether and experiments and other scientists. I mean, we could have anything waiting for us.
Could he possibly have a jetpack and a flamethrower?
I doubt that very much.
I kind of hope that's what's happening. I think that would be very cool. Sorry. Okay. Do you know anything about this other thing that we're gonna look after tonight?
Yeah, actually. Dr. Branson was fascinated by them. They're called night fiends, but that's not accurate. They're not actually fiends. They're druids who were cursed. If they're-
Sick. Can't wait.
They were cannibals, so don't get eaten because they will try.
Oh Jesus, do I know what that is?
Cannibals?
No.
The
do I
the
know more
curse.
than that? Now that she's sparked that.
Yeah, you kind of remember your local shaman kind of giving, because like you probably studied to be a druid under the local shaman a little bit.
Sure.
And they probably told you like, hey, when you turn into other animals, don't let that bloodlust get to you.
Cool. All right. Sweet. Can't wait for this fight. It's gonna be fun.
Aren't all druids cursed?
Just the ones you know.
Oh. My bad, didn't mean to generalize. Just
Cursed with good looks.
It's true.
Ayy.
Keep billowing.
Nettle's the best, unknowingly the best wing person.
So, how are you two doing?
Ooh. You mean the three of us here, Nettle?
Which two? Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, all three of us. How are you three doing?
No, Cat's here. I move over to the side. Cat's right here.
Hello.
Hi, Nettle.
How are you doing?
We're fine.
Well,
You
same as we have been. We've been traveling together.
Beach
We've
day
been
was fun.
together.
I take a sip
Yes.
of Nettle's coffee if there's alcohol in it to see if there's alcohol.
No, there's not. It's coffee. Kuzak ain't about to put stuff in your drink you don't want.
I'm just, checking in, making sure we're all good. We're gonna be going hunting some scary monsters.
Are you excited about that?
I mean, I am. I want to make sure none of you are like scared, because I'll be here for you if you are
Oh my
scared.
gosh, are you pulling a Caucasian Grey sort of thing right now, but on us?
Well,
Nettle, you're really learning. I'm proud of you today.
yay!
I actually am pretty excited to go hunting these things. Like a little bit nervous that we might all get eaten, but like also
Yeah.
kind of excited.
I mean, me and Miss Cat, we technically got eaten before. Remember that?
We did do that, yeah.
I don't remember getting eaten.
Yo, you didn't get eaten. You
No,
were
no,
Yeah,
the
that
big
doesn't
frog.
seem like something I would do.
No.
No.
Okay, but like after these monsters, we have to go hunt real monsters. Like
Less
bad
excited
people.
about that.
Yeah.
More metaphorical
Okay.
monsters. It is nice to be able to go after something that's not angsty. Just just some killing with no feelings involved.
It's just
Yeah.
fashioned violence,
I'm looking, yeah, just some old-fashioned violence, turning in some skulls for money. Just like a
Like some classic level
basic-
2 stuff. Yeah.
yes, exactly. I'm into it.
Okay.
It'll be relaxing.
Metal, how are you doing? Are you okay? Are these leading questions?
What? No, yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
I'm still working on the taxes, but
Good. Good.
besides that, life's pretty good.
Great. This is one of the more awkward tavern trips we've taken, team.
The steam spell. Awkward coffee chats.
Can't even blame Mouse for this awkwardness.
Josh just gets really wide-eyed and is gonna just start eating quietly.
Anyway,
Melissa.
while they're having awkward family dinner.
Part two.
So
Part
how
two.
was work?
So we go to Mouse and Gray. You're walking through the, I guess you could call it the thoroughfare of the area. And you see, like, on the side, it's kind of tucked away against the palisade, a small garden is set up away from the main bustle of the thoroughfare. There's a variety of religious idols built here in honor of various gods. It kind of made it like a little grotto in here. But instead of like, nice little rocks and stuff, there's like skulls around it from various monsters and beasts that have been slain. There's a statue of an elf with wolfish features. He holds a spear and is draped in the pelt of a deer. This is Aron, the elf god of the hunt, revenge, and beasts. And Mouse, then you see it kind of on the other side of this elf statue. In between that and another one, the familiar totem of Marlfax. The stag skull atop a shaft of wood with a pelt draped over it, and arrows on the ground around it. A wood-carved statue of a majestic bear stands next to the Marlfax totem. It has ornate patterns etched into it. And this statue represents, you would know this, Mouse. This is Aku, the god of beasts, nature, and courage in Marlfax's pantheon. And they're kind of like friendly rivals.
Frenemies.
And then there's a final, like another abstract sort of statue with gems in various places connected by lines used to represent a constellation, being the hunter aspect of the astral star. They got a little bit of something for everybody here,
Okay.
of various persuasions.
It is probably like a big deal to see this sort of open shrine to multiple gods somewhere in the Empire, I would imagine? Or is it sort of like more normal on like the border territory?
It'd be normal if you were deeper in the Empire, but this is like a bumfuck nowhere town that's just made up of hunters that no one's really like.
Right, so that's why it's like so it's not normal if we were deeper in the Empire.
Yeah, if you were in
Right.
a more settled area, it wouldn't make sense.
Okay. Can Mouse tell like how often it seems like the Marlfax totem is visited, or how fresh it
Pretty
seems?
damn often.
Yeah, I mean, I would
Pretty damn
figure, but
often.
you
There's
know,
a-
they're curious.
The arrows on the ground are like when someone comes by to pray, they go and
Okay.
lay an arrow down on the ground as like an offering to Marlfax. Like, here's an arrow for your own hunt, buddy.
Right.
Well, not buddy. No,
What?
only Crew Hazel calls. his
I was
god
gonna say, I
buddy.
mean, we can't all be Krukazel. As much as we might want to be. I'll sort of point it out
I
towards.
wish I was Crew Hazel.
I mean, he's a hunk, dude.
Hunk
Hazel.
Hazel.
Hunk Hazel.
and has credentials.
It's true. He's also a doctor.
Yeah, sorry, Hunk
Crew-
Hazel.
Doctor, honey.
Hunk Hazel DDS.
Anyway, crew credentials aside.
Credentials. Oh my god. Yeah, so as we're approaching, I'll point out the totem to Gray and just be like, that is for Marlfax. I was going. I mean, I'm a little surprised to see all of this here. It is kind of nice.
now that I know it is here, I would like to stop by. You are welcome to join me if you want. I don't know if that is weird for you.
I mean, in our general day-to-day, visiting a shrine is probably the least of our concerns as far as weirdness goes. I take it that you're surprised to see this here.
I mean, not like incredibly surprised, but it is unusual for me. Where I come from, you would never see this sort of thing anywhere. But it's a little more lax with some getting away with some things. You know, the closer to the outside of the empire you get.
See, I'm not exactly up to date on the way things work in various parts of the world.
What was it like where you are from? Were you only allowed to follow certain gods?
I don't know if Gray actually knows this.
If you do know, Verdrid's in the neutral frontier, so it's pretty much the Wild West in terms of religion out there.
Well, I never paid too much attention to the divine, but I don't remember anyone ever being arrested for worshipping the wrong god. It was more, being arrested for stealing food, which is something that happened fairly often. I remember seeing the astral star here and there, and that's one of the few I'm really familiar with. But there may have been totems to Morofex and others, but this is still kind of a whole new world for me.
It is kind of new for me too, so you are not alone there, but it is hard to ignore the gods in Weidenhaven, or at least it is hard to ignore Kovar when you are there. You don't have to, do anything, but I would like to, just try and pray a little bit.
Please, by all means. I mainly don't think that any of us should be alone in a place that we're not familiar with. Everyone else seemed fairly set on getting food, and I have plenty.
Well, I did not mean to make you miss lunch. I'm sure it would have been fine. Okay. I have some berries if you are still hungry.
Oh, no, you keep those for you. He kind of pats the little satchel at his side, from which he produced a full watermelon. I think I'm okay.
Who are you, and what have you done with Gray?
He's currently eating, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, all right, well, thank you for keeping me company. And Mouse will make their way over to the totem, and they will copy what they've seen other people do with the arrows, but they are also, they'll lay down 2 arrows, just sort of in their minds, thinking one is for them and one is for Jade. And will rummage through the bag, and they will pull out the claw that they actually removed from the Duke that they were going to send off to Solomon.
Okay.
And they'll sort of put it down at the base of the totem. And,
okay.
Yeah, and sit back, and just sort of be wait for a moment. But out loud, they'll say, I am trying to follow all the trails I think I am supposed to. I don't know if I deserve it right now, but if you have any guidance to help, I think I could use some.
As you're praying, you notice that Gray probably notices because he's just observing. The Duke's claw that you laid at the bottom of the totem erupts into a green fire around it. just
Huh.
and you notice that the claw begins to starting to become ashy, charred, and it's burning. It's very much not a naturally occurring thing. This offering you have given to Marlfax, it appears, has been accepted.
Ooh, that's
And
new.
in the claw's place is a single arrow.
Oh.
The arrow has these grasping vines around it, and you notice on the arrowhead there's etchings like a deer skull on the arrowhead.
I feel pick it up and look at it.
Other than like the fact that there's like these grasping vines around it, the etched deer skull, you notice the feathers are just majestic to behold. It's almost as if like they have like little glimmering lights in the feathers of the arrow.
Oh. Do I get the sense I'm supposed to take this?
It definitely feels right.
Okay, because, Mouse, just gave a thing, so they don't want to, take backsies.
Yeah. But it definitely feels right.
Okay. So they'll keep it in their hands for a few moments, and just sort of, examine it, feel it in their, between their fingers and say, thank you, I am sorry I did not finish things with Jade, but I'm going to make things right now with this Branson and try to cut things off at the head. Jade is part of my pack and I need to try and save him. I hope you understand. And they'll just sort of sit there and wait for a few minutes. And if they feel like that's sort of all he's got to say right now, they'll get up and take the arrow with them.
Yep, that happens. You and Gray begin making your way maybe towards the tavern where your friends are probably waiting to begin the trek into the woods.
Did Mouse say that last bit out loud, or?
Yeah, they were talking out loud this whole time.
Okay. Mixed Mouse, what you were saying about saving your brother. How committed are you to that?
Well, I could not end the hunt when we found him. So I need to find something to do. I don't know. Justice needs to be served, I know. And I don't think I can stop that. Or that I should.
Well, I think perhaps there's more than one kind of justice that can be served. It doesn't always have to end with the ending of a life. I've got ideas, I suppose.
What do you mean?
Nothing solid, nothing concrete, but just ideas that we will probably go into more once this whole doctor thing is settled.
Oh. Okay. I guess it will all really depend on what Duke Nettle wants to do, and I guess if she lets the Blackcoats take him for their own tribunal, there will only be so much even she can do then.
Well, let's not underestimate what our Nettle can do.
Oh,
She is remarkable in several ways.
Oh, you are right. I'm sorry. I did not mean to, underestimate. It's just, the Blackcoats, we have a very specific way of doing things. And Jade kind of ruined all of it.
Well, he's going to kind of open the door of the tavern, and the last thing he'll say is, yes, well, I think the Star-Touched also have a certain way of doing things. He's going to be very cryptic for the first time in
Alright.
his life and try to be mysterious about things.
I'm just kind of confused and will go in.
Alex,
You
what's
are
going on?
muted.
I was gonna say, and you enter the tavern, and there are your friends enjoying their, probably finishing off, polishing off their meals. The poor hobgoblin barkeep did end up just doing bottomless mimosas because Nettle's
Nice.
comment terrified him.
Amazing. Hi, hope you have all had a nice lunch.
Yes, we had a pleasant conversation about hunting monsters.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed it.
Yep, it was great. Very informative. Good talks about our life and times, how we're all feeling, just, how we're doing,
How
what
are
we're
you
thinking.
doing? Are you doing all right?
I'm not having this conversation again.
We decided
Okay.
we're all fine.
Yes, we're
Good.
good.
As okay as can be expected.
Oh, well, that is good. I guess if we want to try to find these creatures, we might as well get going before it starts to get dark.
Yeah, good call.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, while we are on our way out the town, Mouse would like to keep their eyes open for anybody selling some freaking armor. I'm looking for some studded leather, nothing fancy. You're muted again, Alex. You're new knowing. Bringing it to all the shows now.
I can hear him.
It's fine. You could totally find somewhere that made leather armor, studded leather armor. This is a hunter's camp.
Yeah.
That's like one of their premier
I
go-to
figured
items.
Mouse would rather go shopping here than in a city like proper.
Oh yeah.
Fuck those guys.
Does anyone know how much studded leather is worth off the top of their head?
Not off head.
I can find out.
Can't be like 20 something maybe?
I was gonna say it's
Maybe 75?
45.
45. All right.
Ah.
Well, 45's what good.
All right.
It's supply and demand says it's the average price here.
That works for me, so I will take that out of my inventory.
And the shopkeep makes sure to tell you that the leather is made from some sort of animal that you've never heard of, some weird animal from the Shivering Forest, claiming
Ooh.
makes the armor a little more homey feeling.
Nice, I like it. Mouse will take the time to change because we're like going on a freaking hunt right now.
Yep. Take the
Actually,
time.
they would just exchange their old armor too. So
Yeah, you probably get like 3 gold pieces because it's singed.
super worn.
It's worn, singed.
I mean, it's been mended. They do have mending, actually.
Oh, this is true. It's
So-
very used.
Yeah, it's very well worn black coat armor.
Mending only gets you so far.
It doesn't get the blood stains out. It's not prestidigitation.
So if there's nothing else anyone wants to do, stop or purchase anything.
Mouse will hand out the 3 healing potions that they split the cost of with cats and give 1 to Gray, 1 to Rosalind, and 1 to Crook Hazel. So each of you have 1 standard healing potion right now.
Cool. I've already got 2 if you want to give to someone else.
Oh, if you've already got 2, I will give 2 to Roz. Do you have any?
I have one that's on Fang, but otherwise I didn't have any personally.
Okay, I'll give you 2 then because Mouse has noticed Roz tends to be like further back and might be more positions to
Go force feed
medevac
people
someone.
alive. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Mouse has been dropping a lot lately.
It might happen again tonight.
Oh god.
Yay.
They are preparing for a hunt. They are like all business now.
Can you tell me, while we're not in the middle of combat, how much do healing potions heal? So
2d4?
2d4 plus 4?
2d4 plus 4?
I believe
Okay.
so.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm prepared.
All right. Be prepared indeed. So if there's nothing else, you begin. Well, you wander out of Red Tooth past the guards that have really bad PR skills and into the Shivering Forest. The forest again becomes this thick primeval forest, vines hanging from these massive trees, and the ground crunching beneath your feet. Those earthy smells returning to you. Because Crook Hazel's ever the observant, You're walking down the path towards the Arches of the Gods to the north. And Hazel can hear a low growling. But before you even hear the low growling, the thing that you really pick up is the stench.
Ooh.
It smells like death.
Sick. I'll check to make sure my stomach isn't the thing rumbling. All right, well, does anyone else hear this? And I'll be really quiet and...
I would like to listen, and if we are in a forest, this is both my favorite terrain, and monstrosities are my favorite enemy.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll see if I can
We
hear
are
anything.
in the mouse zone.
Get in the zone.
Mouse zone.
Mouse zone.
All right. What'd you get?
What do you want me to roll?
Are you trying
say
to?
it?
Are you trying to like find the monsters? See them?
Yeah, I'm trying to, especially now that like a sound has been pointed
Yeah.
out for me. I'm
Perception then at advantage because it's been pointed out to you.
ooh.
I got a 14 perception check.
What's
Okay.
our proficiency right now? 3? Just
Yes,
double checking.
yes, it's
Sorry,
good.
I have like 1,000 tabs in one monitor. So
Understandable.
27.
Mouse, you can make out it. What looks to be almost branches because there's moss kind of hanging from them. Those aren't branches. Those are dark colored antlers. And blending into the forest is this haggard looking creature. The fur just hanging from it. It looks gaunt. And its fur is almost striped, almost like a tiger's almost. To, like help it try and blend in with the grass around it.
Is it the Tiger King?
I am Joe Exotic. Carol Baskins murdered her husband. And you see that you lock eyes with one, and it's these bloodshot red eyes, and it just.
Do I have time for any sort of like attack because I was looking for it? Magical or otherwise, if I didn't have time to like draw my bow.
Yeah, you can take an attack, we'll say. You'll get one
Okay.
attack, and then we'll roll initiative. And then before we roll initiative, I will describe these creatures
Okay.
in a little more.
Yeah, then once Mouse was looking around for the sound, once they spotted something up in the trees, they're just gonna fire off an arrow at it and call out an alarm. If I'm able to tell how many with that check, I'll like
2.
say a number. All right, so I'll just say 2 up top and fire at one.
All right, go for it.
That is a 16 plus 9?
That'll
10?
hit. That'll hit.
One of those two.
All right, time to get my math device.
I've got my spells out rather than my weapons right now. Okay, so that is... Where's my die? I'm sorry, I'm like a mess right now. I've got everything rearranged to hide from cats.
Smooth.
That feeling.
9 piercing damage, which is magical.
All right, perfect. So you whirl around and you shoot your bow up into the tree and you hit the Wendigo and it lets out this yowl, this like inhumane yowl, just and it like stomps on the tree with like a taloned foot and the tree starts crashing down onto the forest floor and the Wendigo, the Night Fiend is riding it down, like holding the branches. Its massive looming form. It's features of like these many different animals in a sort of sick amalgamation. And it has a skull-like face, these massive antlers, the upright body of a wolf, the talons of an eagle, and the hindquarters of some sort of reptilian creature. One of them jumps down to like basically almost in front of the party. And the other thing you notice with these creatures is they stink really bad. And that's when we will roll initiative.
I got a 23.
Ooh.
At with the 23.
Wait, I got a thing. I
True.
keep forgetting to copy my stuff.
Crew Hazel, you got a 7 or a 6?
7, he said. What's my thing?
12 for Gray.
12. Oh, here, let me move you to the other screen.
15.
Feel free to plop tokens down. Probably on the west side. What was that for Gray again?
7.
7. Nettle, that was a 15.
12 for Gray.
Okay, 12.
A very embarrassing 9 for Mouse. It was a natural 1.
Woof.
Happens to all of us. I took the time to fire instead.
That's right.
You said west side for tokens, right?
Correct. Let me roll their initiative. The first one might just open up the
Is this a
combat
good
with
time for
18.
like a bio break?
Yeah, we'll go to a break here in a second.
Okay.
We can go to a break now, actually, now that I think about it.
Just in time for Chris.
We're back.
We are back. The Star Touched have continued up the road for a few hours, and they have been they were almost ambushed by the Night Fiends. The battle is breaking out, and our turn order is Cat, Rosalind, the Night Fiends, Nettle, Gray, Mouse, and Crew Hazel. And just a quick note, Rosalind did go around casting Death Ward on some of her party members before they left the town, being aware that there would be a potential battle taking place. So,
I forgot to say it, but Alex is a generous DM and let me have it anyway.
I'm a generous DM, and I looked over the Night Fiend stat blocks and thought, yeah, you're going to need this.
Oh, good. That's what we wanted to hear.
This is a side quest.
All right, we can talk later. Go ahead, Cat. Rosalind, you're on deck.
Oh, goodness. Is this a stream?
Yeah, it's like a little stream, little brook. You can run through it. It's like not
sick.
deep.
I'm going to run and dash.
All right.
Because I must. And then I'm going to stab.
You can try.
That's... Hold on. 15 to hit?
Nope.
Yeah, I figured. And that's my turn.
So Cat just begins immediately running forward towards this rather ugly abomination of nature, and you attempt to stab it, and it just kind of throws up this large taloned hand and like catches your sword between its claws, and it leans in really close, and you can feel its eyes almost burning into your soul, and just
no lessons have been learned this whole campaign.
Rosalind, you're up with the Night Fiends on deck.
Yeah, so these things smell like death and their pictures look badass, but I don't know how representative they are. Do these seem like undead to me, or do they just look really cool like undead?
They look really cool. The skull's a motif thing. Mouse would have probably made it clear that they are not actually undead creatures.
All right, I didn't remember that being brought up. I dig the aesthetic, just wanted to make sure it was just an aesthetic and not an actual indicator. Okay. Roz is going to... Oh, Cat, why? Cat, why? Why, Cat?
Because I have no self-control, and my wisdom is very low.
No sense of self-preservation. None.
She is going
Absolutely zero.
Back here, just try to kill this thing in front of her. Sweet little cats. She'll hit it with 2 beams. The first one is an 11 to hit.
That won't hit.
Goes wide. How about a 14?
Nope. So
that's fine. She's warming up.
Roz is warming up. Both go wide of the creature, and it's too busy to even notice you're trying to shoot it with magical energy. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
She's gonna move a little bit so we're not all in a big cluster, because she's seen that go bad in the past.
Yeah, fair.
Hide behind this. Is it like a stump?
Yeah, it's like a big stump of like these trees in this forest. A lot of them are like really, really huge. So that's probably like a stump left over from one of those trees.
Okay, can't help but notice that it has a skeleton inside of it. That's...
that was, well, Ji and Peku make wonderful detailed maps, and I must have missed that when I was setting it up.
That's it for my turn.
All right, the Night Fiends are up. Nettle, you're on deck. One of them is going to make an attack against, 2 attacks against Cat, who so bravely charged it. I wish I could, like...
Brave might be the wrong word.
Yeah.
What can I say? I'm a melee fighter and I make bad decisions.
An 11?
No.
I have to ask, that's all. 17.
Nope.
So this creature, it like has its claw, your sword is locked in its claw, and it leans forward, tries to take a bite, and you like dodge backward, and it tries to swoop a claw, and that you duck under, and you're kicking water up from the stream as this is happening, and it just, and the other one is going to move.
I'm very proud of my recent AC boost.
Nice solid walk forward. And Mouse, you feel this creature's eyes peer into your soul. Then the bloodshot eyes, they almost sparkle in a dazzling way. Please roll me a wisdom saving throw.
just a 12.
Mouse, you are overcome with a burning hunger in your stomach.
Oh, weird.
You feel like you want to eat your teammates. On your next turn, you will use your action, your action to make an attack against one of your allies.
Definitely a trigger food.
It's really bad for me being a druid, just say.
Yeah, the Crew Hazel, this is definitely going to have some mental implications for you. Nettle, your turn. Gray, you're on deck.
Okay. I'm gonna start off by using my channel divinity to get my sacred weapon.
All right.
And then I'm going to run almost all the way in, but not all the way in because I can't.
Okay.
Do that. Oh. And I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
All right. Did you move your character or no?
No, we're gonna hang back actually.
You're gonna hang back here.
You know what? I'm beefy. I could take it. I'm gonna run up and be
I'll
like,
take
"Hey,
it."
hey!
All right.
I'm gonna kick your butt."
All right. That is your turn.
Yeah.
Gray, you're up. Mouse, you're on deck. Decide who you're gonna be hurting.
Okay.
Whoever's closest.
So, Gray is going to move 5, 10, 15. Hey, Mouse. 20, 25, 30. And he's going to toss 2 E-blasts at that one.
All right. Go for it.
I have a 26 and a 21.
Those will both hit.
Oh, you know what? It would be great if I actually took out some D10s. So that is 11 points of force, and it's pushed back total of 20 feet, and its speed drops by 20 feet.
All right. So you send your radiant eldritch blast towards this creature, and it sends it sliding back, and its like claws are digging into the dirt underneath it. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, Mouse, you're up. Crew Hazel, you're on deck. Mouse, you're attacking a friend.
Yeah, I think Ray is now the closest to me. So
Yep.
Mouse will sort of pull back their bow, like still aimed at the Night Fiend for a moment, but then when the effect hits, they just tilt it a little bit to the side and fire at Gray instead.
Woof.
Hey, at least I didn't Hunter's Mark him.
Betrayal.
I mean, that's still 18, 19 to hit.
Is it an 18 or a 19? Because that will...
That is a 18 to hit.
Okay, well, I'm going to save that. So yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
Alright.
Pick the party member with the
Uh,
lowest AC.
Is just 6 piercing damage. Although I don't know how long this effect lasts, Alex, and I do get my thing that lets me make an extra attack. I make 2 attacks per action, so and then I
Yeah.
make a third one as a Gloomstalker in the first round of combat.
Yeah, those will. Yeah, that all will take effect.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like.
Thanks for that.
Well, I need to know. Okay, that wasn't super great though. That was a 16 to hit.
That hits.
That hits.
Mhm.
12 piercing.
Love it.
And then this is even higher, and that's another 9 piercing.
Okay. Ow.
Do I get the rest of my turn like normal? Am I still under the effect?
You'll be under the effect until the end of your turn.
Okay. Oh, shit. How like, hardcore is this, like, driving? Like, is it just a primal, like, instinctive thing? Or...
Yeah, it's almost like it feels like you go into hunter mode against your friends.
Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate then. In that case, yeah, I'm a Hunter's Mark you after the fact, Gray. Doesn't mean anything right now.
So as your turn ends, you feel this desire to maim your party members kind of fades from you. After you've peppered Gray with some arrows, Gray, you feel the arrows embed themselves in you, and Mouse is shooting you.
Betrayal.
It's Shouldergun, my friend! I don't know what that was!
Crew Hazel, it is your turn.
All right, I am going to
Pat, you're on deck.
I'm gonna mutter under my breath. All right, Boreal, you really owe me for this one. It's a really nice glaive, and I'm gonna cast Ice Storm on the back one, and it needs to make a dex save for me, DC 16.
Yeah, that's a 9.
Cool.
So.
All right, it takes holy shit, 15 bludgeoning damage and 16 cold damage.
All right, so you conjure up, like, the branches on the fallen tree are rustling violently as you conjure up this ice storm that's just pelting this creature with hail and sharpened icicles. It's just, and it's trying to, like, shield itself from the ice storm.
Wonderful. That's all I
Anything
got.
else? All right, Kat, you're up. Rosalind, you're on deck. I need you, Kat, to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm gonna move a little bit, but other than that, it's good.
That's fine.
Dirty 20. Wait. Dirty 19. Sorry, 19.
So the stench that, as you're right next to this creature, the stench that fills your sense of smell is almost unbearable, but you're able to power through it. Go ahead and proceed as you normally would.
I will stab. 15.
That will not hit.
I will try again with my
What?
offhand. Hey, that's better. 17 plus 8.
That'll hit.
Excellent. It's only my master key dagger.
That's still magical.
Yep. 6 points of piercing damage.
All
and
right.
then I'm going to back up.
Back the fuck up.
And because I'm a swashbuckler, he does not get an attack of opportunity on me because I hit him.
Understood. So Kat, you try to stab with one of your with the little radiant short sword you have, and you don't make any connection as the creature steps back, but then you kind of charge a little forward with the dagger in your offhand reverse grip, and you drive it into the creature, and then you kick yourself back off of the creature as it growls in pain. And with nothing else, we go to Rosalind with the Night Fiends on deck.
Rosalind's gonna just do a little boot scoot and boogie out here so she can get some line of sight. See that Cat is backed away and it's just Nettle now. This guy. Yeah, she'll blast this guy a couple times again. Hopefully do a little better. It's a critical miss on the first one and a 19 on the second one.
Rolled a well, okay, so you deal 9 damage to
A tree.
Cat. Cat, you take 9 force damage, and the creature takes 19 force damage. As
No, 19 to hit for the second one for 6 points of force damage.
That's right. You're right. My bad.
I'll happily take the 19.
Unfortunately, no. And you pelt it in the side, and it doesn't see. It turns around and it wheels its blood red gaze at you, and it just.
Roz chuckles nervously and dips back behind the tree. And that's her turn.
Danger.
Basically.
So the Night Fiends are up.
The back one's in difficult terrain up to my line.
Dear Lord, yeah, he's, I guess, gonna take a dash action. His movement speeds are already reduced. Yeah.
Reduced by 20, yeah.
So he'll get about here. It's just kind of slowly just trudging forward through this ice storm, trying to move past magical silliness. But the other one's going to attack Nettle.
Okay. I've trained my whole life for this, don't worry.
That is a 28.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. Do you have any special resistances I need to know about?
I think I have,
Poison.
Product?
No.
All right, then you're good. That's going to be 9. 30 points of damage total.
Oh.
That's going to be 9 points of slashing and the rest necrotic. So the creature
That's so
lunges
much.
and just bites straight into your shoulder, and you
It's
just
okay, I can
feel
take it.
this rotting coming out of its teeth into your flesh as it bites into you, and it's going to make another attack as it bites into you. Does a dirty 20 hit?
No.
And it attempts to hit you with its claw. It's swiping, and you're able to throw your shield up, preventing it from hitting you.
Oh, thank you, Shield of Faith.
Nettle, your turn. Gray is on deck.
Okay, I'm mad. I'm gonna attack it.
Well, yes.
So, but I'm gonna attack it twice. Let's see if I can smite this bitch. A 28 and a 29 to hit.
Those will both hit.
Okay, I'm gonna smite on one of them.
Both? Why not both?
Wait, I'm gonna do both. You know what? We're gonna do both. So I need to spend 2 spell slots. Okay. I wasn't expecting both of them to hit. I gotta find enough dice.
Do you need more? I can run you more.
It's okay. So the smite's just an extra 1d8, right?
2d8 for the first spell level, an additional 1d8 for each slot after that.
Don't you hate it when you're even more powerful than you expected?
Oh god.
It's such a burden.
Hey. Oh, there's a lot of ones in here. 4.
Shit, Alex, I should have got sneak attack for that last attack.
Oops.
Next time.
Next time, sorry.
10, 15, 21. 21 damage.
Total?
Yes.
That's the
and
first attack, right?
everything I'm doing is magic, by the way.
Yep. Was that just the first attack?
No, that was all of them.
All of it together? Okay.
Yeah, I rolled like 2 1s and 3 2s.
All right, so you raise your sword up, and did you remember to add your charisma modifier and all your modifiers for both of them?
Oh wait. 21. 31.
All right. So you raise your sword up, and it glows spectacularly, and then you slice into the stomach of this creature.
Ha!
Anything else
Take
you'd like to do
that.
with the turn?
Look very intimidating.
All right, Gray, you're up. Mouse, you're on deck, and you are unaffected by anything. Gray, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Sure. You do Constitution. That is a 19, Alex.
So that nasty, just stench of decay fills your senses too, but you're able to shake that feeling that you're able to push that nausea down and power through it.
Awesome. I'm sure he smelled terrible things in Verdred, so.
Oh, this is worse than anything you've smelled in Verdred.
Noted. First of all, ow, my back hurts from all them arrows. Does it look like Mouse is still? Does it look like Mouse is still attacking him?
Insight check.
He's kind of like
Let's do it, lad.
16.
It looks like whatever overtook Mouse, maybe they just missed. Unfortunately, whatever it was, that they don't look like they want to kill you anymore.
I am now bright purple.
Okay, so he's gonna reach back. He's gonna rip all 3 of those out. He's gonna grunt a little bit, and then he's gonna look over to those 2 things and cast Shatter in between them, so it catches both of them.
Sure, and that is a con save, correct?
Believe it is a dex save. I have it right here. Actually, you're right. It is a con save. I was thinking of something different.
No, you're good. I mean, a lot of those AoEs are usually dex, so I feel that. They both fail spectacularly with 6s.
Awesome. So that is 5d8. So 27 points of thunder damage.
So this loud, this cacophonous boom erupts from the ground between the 2 of them. And when your shatter does go off, they both just like covering their ears.
And I believe that is it for me. Yes. No one else besides me has... Oh, wait. Who's taking damage? Is anyone else taking damage?
Nettle took some.
Nettle, how much?
Cat.
I took a tiny bit.
I only
I'm
took
fine.
like 30. It's fine.
Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah. Bonus action. Gonna drop some heals on our paladin.
All right. As Gray is healing you, Nettle, you notice the Wendigos both instantly shoot their look at you, and they just saliva's dripping from their skull faces, and their eyes grow wide, and they're just like, and they're
What's
licking
looking at
their
me?
lips. The Night Fiends.
You heal 14.
And their saliva's dripping, their eyes grow wide, and they just, one of them, if like this gnarly looking tongue comes out and licks the bones on the sides of the teeth of the skull face. Mouse, it's your turn. Crew Hazel is on deck.
Okay, I am going to, I'm, feel very bad for shooting Gray like that, so I'm going to turn my attacks to these Night Fiends, and I will take both of them to the one further in back. That's the one that I had hurt earlier.
Okay, yeah.
I'll take both my attacks at it. Oh, that's just a 12. And then the second one is a 20-something?
20-something.
Something? Yeah.
20-something will hit.
Okay, and that's going to be a 11 magical piercing. And I will, I feel really bad, so I'm going to bonus action Healing Word Gray.
All right, and as you do that, Gray, as you're healed, the creatures now look at you, licking their chops, and like you hear the bones as they're clacking against each other, just click, click.
That's gonna be 11 health back to you, Gray. I'm doing it at second level.
Thank you.
And I will stay where I am. That is my turn.
Crew Hazel, you're up. Cat, you're on deck. Crew Hazel, I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Oh, fuck. 10, 8.
8?
Yeah.
Crew Hazel, this smell is terrible. And you're unable to push down the incoming just gross feelings that you feel. And just, you're kind of like heaving a little bit, and you lose focus. Whatever spell if you are concentrating on a spell, you immediately stop concentrating on it. And you will be moving at half speed and have disadvantage on your attacks as you are kind of just trying to maintain composure from the stench. But it is distracting.
Do I still get an action though?
You still get to take your turn.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna look at them, salivating over all the healing, about to heal Nettle. Like, no. And I'm going to use confusion on both of them. So wisdom saves.
Wisdom saves. One of them gets a 6.
Fail.
And the other one gets a 16.
That's my DC. So the one is, confusion, right? I don't need to read it. Okay. No reactions. I roll their attacks, basically. Or I roll their actions.
Their actions, yeah. So the one further back was the one that got confused.
Okay, you want me to roll it now? Just so we know.
Sure, why not?
Okay. 5 to 6. The creature does not take an action this turn.
All right, so you kind of you throw your hands up, and the flash comes from your staff, and one of them gets like the deer in the headlights look, this really grotesque looking deer in the headlights. Just anything else, Crew Hazel?
I'm going to puke behind the tree so nobody sees. And that's
all right. Cat, Constitution saving throw, please.
$11.
So a similar thing happens to you. The stench is too much to bear at this point, and you just you feel your body just wants to give in to the stench. Half speed, disadvantage on attack rolls until next turn.
And maybe I will not do what I was going to do. Maybe I will activate. Yes, I will do that. I will. Sure, I'll activate my Radiant Soul ability.
Nice. Sprouting angel wings.
Sprout angel wings and start glowing.
Nice. Anything else?
That is all I can do.
So Cat, just out of her back comes these luminous angelic wings, and she begins glowing a soft, radiant glow. Rosalind, you will be up. The night fiends are on deck.
All right. Roz is going to do her little looky-loo thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Step out 10 feet. Everything looks good. Lost people are puking. That's weird. Don't know what that's about. From her safe distance, she's going to fire off a couple more bolts.
Go
Maybe
for
have
it.
some better luck this time.
Which one are you attacking?
The one that she's been attacking, the one
All
that's
right.
like physically on.
Yeah, the one engaged with Nettle.
Yeah, the one engaged to Nettle. So the first one is a nat 20.
That'll hit.
Would better, or else we'd have words, mister. So that'll be a total of 19 points of force damage, blasting that guy for that one. And then on the second attack, it's a 12, which probably goes wide.
That one goes wide. So
Yeah.
you take the card and you flip it between your fingers and you charge it with eldritch energy and you throw it and you slice one of the antlers off of this creature clean with it. Just
She backs up. That's her turn.
The night fiends are up. Nettle is on deck. The one that's confused just kind of. It's almost as if it's not seeing it's seeing something you're not seeing almost. I take it a 14 does not beat your.
Nope, it's a 16.
Nettle, the one next to you is going to attack you though.
Rude.
The first attack is going to be a 27 to hit.
Yep.
So that's. Bear with me as I do math.
I hate when Alex does math.
So it's going to be 10 piercing damage plus 20.
You're gonna regret. What? You're gonna regret not putting that death word on me.
48, 59.
Oh my god. What are you
68
doing?
points of necrotic damage plus 10 points of piercing damage. As when it
Alex!
bites you, you can feel it sapping
Wait,
your
how
life
many?
force. 78
I thought it was 68.
68, yeah, 68. Well, 78 total because there's also the piercing damage. And
I'm down.
Shit.
and it just takes a bite.
I'm glad I smited twice.
It rips off the pauldron on Nettle's armor and flings it
I
into
don't even
the air.
get like a dex save or anything. Jesus.
And the salivating and the widened eyes go back down after it makes that attack, and it just charges Cat then, and will make an attack against her.
Bastard.
Cat does a 26 hit.
Yeah. I'm resistant to necrotic damage, though.
This attack, unfortunately, is with the claws and doesn't deal necrotic. That's the bite. 12, 16, 21, 22 points of
Uncanny dodge!
slashing damage. All right, 11, and the Wendigo, as it slashes you, it grabs you, and you're grappled in one of its claws. The Night Fiend grabs you, and you're grappled in one of its claws, and it just looks at you, just.
I am very unhappy.
Nettle, save versus death, please.
Okay. I failed.
All right, one fail. Gray, your turn.
All right. Well,
Mouse, you're on deck.
I'm going to pump the rest of my healing into Nettle.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Sure. That is an 18.
You'll pass. You're able to shake the stench and the fear of watching this creature rip through your friends.
Oh, not great. So I'm going to dump the rest of my healing into Nettle. Bad, not bad, not bad. 20 points of health.
Nettle's back up, and when you do that, the Night Fiend's eyes grow wide again and it begins salivating. Just
Yep, I kind of figured that was the case. I don't care for these much. Shit. All right. Well, I was gonna save my other fucking two spell slots. Kills me sometimes. I will toss 2 more Eldritch Blasts at this thing. Maybe try to get it to drop our rogue. I have a 26 and a 16.
26 will hit.
16 will not?
No.
Okay. Where is my D10? There it is. 7 more points of force.
And it's pushed back.
Push back and 10 feet down.
Yep. So you hit it, and it goes sliding back, cat in hand. Anything else?
That was the opposite of what I wanted it to do, but no, that's it for me.
Mouse, you're up. Krukazel, you're on deck.
Okay, so Nettle is healed and looking a bit better now, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I am going to make my 2 attacks at the one that is messing with Nettle and Cat first.
Okay.
That is a 19 for the first.
That'll hit.
Okay, and then higher for the second.
Okay.
11 piercing and 5 piercing.
Okay. You bury arrows into the creature, beginning to pepper it with arrows, and it's missing its antler. This thing's starting to look worse for wear, but it still stands and just...
Okay, then I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon, and a crackling black and silver scimitar will appear next to the same one and take a swipe at it.
I really should have that token, you know?
And that's an 18?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah.
There's your spiritual weapon.
It's gonna be 8 force damage.
All right. So your spiritual weapon comes up behind it, stabs it in the back, and just...
Okay, and that will be my turn.
Krukazel, Constitution saving throw, friend. Cat, you're on deck.
17.
You're good. So you're able to you're like, okay, this smell ain't that bad. Let's go.
For once, I don't really know what I want to do. I am going to... God, I can't do anything. I'm just going to cast the old Thorn Whip at the one that has Cat.
All right.
Try to pull it back towards us.
Why not?
That is 16?
No, that won't connect.
All right. Well, I'm going to cast Healing Word as a bonus action on Nettle since she's already been healed.
And same thing. The eyes grow even wider, and it begins salivating even more.
7 more hit points, Nettle.
Oh, thank you.
And then I am going to start moving forward, and that's my turn.
All right. Cat, you're up. Rosalind, you're on deck. Cat, Constitution saving throw, please.
17.
You will pass. You are grappled. You're being held in one of the massive talons of this creature. The Night Fiend staring at you hungrily.
If I try and stab it while grappled, will I have disadvantage?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to try and free myself.
All right. Acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay. Oh, dirty 20.
You struggle and you're able to pry yourself from its grasp, and you jump back on the ground in front of it.
I have no useful bonus actions. I guess I will use my... Is it still confused?
This one over here is still confused, yes.
Oh, I'm trying to debate. Do I want to take the risk of an attack of opportunity and back away? I do not. I will stay where I am.
It's probably a good call. Rosalind, you're up. The Night Fiends are on deck.
Fantastic. So I forgot to put Fang on the map. Do we want to play that Fang's been here the whole time?
Sure,
Or should I do... Yes?
Why not?
Okay. Cool. come to me, Fang. Good job, little buddy. I'm gonna send Fang out just with the healing potion ready and waiting in the wings, so to speak. They're out
Okay.
there doing medic duty. And then Roz is gonna do her usual poke around the corner, see what she can see, probably coming around just in time to see it spit out cats and
Yeah.
see Nettle gasping for breath.
Okay.
Things are going great. She will spit out a couple more blasts.
Sure.
So it's a 17 and a 22 to either of those
22
hit.
will hit.
That's 10 points of force damage, and she's gonna actually tentatively move a little closer.
Rosalind, when you throw out your 2 Eldritch Blasts, the first one goes wide, burying into the ground, and the second one, you snap the bottom jaw off of the Night Fiend, and it's just, and its tongue is just hanging and flapping in the air, and it just kind of like looks down, and it just falls over, and immediately begins rotting away.
Oh, that's very good. Very good. Very, very, very good. That'll be her turn.
All right, the second one is up. Chris, feel free to roll for the confusion table.
I rolled a 6, so no actions or movement.
And that is an 18 to
That'll
pass.
do it. Yep.
So it shakes itself just and it looks like it is back in the fight. With that, Nettle, you're up.
Okay. I am alive.
Yes,
Life is
Constitution
great.
saving throw, please.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
You're okay. You're able to shake the terrible smell. Maybe that's what woke you up. You can proceed as you normally would. You are prone.
Okay, but I have 7 hit points.
Yes.
All right, I stand up.
Okay.
And I attack again.
The one that was in front of you is dead. You'll have to
okay.
move. And you've
Well,
used
I
half your
can take-
movement to stand up.
I think I can make it still. Yeah, I can make it. I attack twice.
All right, attack.
I'm gonna go lucky and re-roll that.
Nat 1.
No, just bad rolls. And more bad rolls. I'm gonna use my last lucky to try to get hit once. And it's a nat 1, which means I get to roll again because I'm a halfling. Okay, 17 to
To
hit.
burn those dice, Abby.
17 after all of that will not hit. So Nettle's just swinging wildly, and just the Night Fiend's just standing there kind of watching like, "Ugh."
Used all of my luck.
Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn? If not, Gray is on deck and we'll go to him.
I'd like to use my inspiration to try again.
Okay.
22.
That'll finally hit.
And I'm gonna smite because it took
Okay.
a lot of effort.
And 4 rolls.
So proud of you.
6, 7.
Wait, was that 5?
9 damage.
After only 9 with all of your modifiers and after
Wait,
smite
no.
damage?
Wait, 14.
Okay. So Nettle, after like swinging wildly and like you're like in a huff, you're just like, humph, and you're just like, ah, and you try one more time and you're able to stab it in like the side. And it's Gray, you're up. Mouse, you're on deck.
To think that the Night Fiend just felt really bad for all the missed attacks, and he kind of just like pricked himself on the sword.
Yeah.
Oh, you got me!
Oh, you got me.
No.
Do I need a con save, or am I far enough away?
You're not. You're not in the big brown circle, so you're good.
Okay.
The brown circles because it smells like poo poo.
No, I got that. I'm gonna toss
I didn't
Eldritch
get you.
Blasts at this thing, because that's what I do. Okay, one's gonna miss, and the other one is a 21.
That'll hit.
4 points of force.
Ouch. So you hit it, and you kind of hit it meekly, and it gets pushed back, and it's just digging into the ground, and it's making these claw marks in the ground as it tries to hold its place. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Out of heals, but I'm gonna move over a little bit out of Mouse. I'm gonna kind of look over my shoulder at Mouse and kind of move out of the way just a little bit.
All right, Mouse, Crew Hazel, you're on deck.
Okay, I am. Nettle's still looking pretty rough, so I'm going to move closer. I will take my 2 attacks at the creature, and I will bonus action healing word Nettle.
All right.
Let me take my attacks first, I guess. That is an 18 for the first one.
That'll hit.
Okay, and then that's even higher for the second. It's gonna be 10 piercing for the first, magical, and for the second is and then I threw my die. That's gonna be 5, and yeah, I'll do it. I'm gonna activate my kill ability.
All right, and you just hear slay it.
I like that.
That's not great damage though. 4, 5, 6, 11. Another 11.
So Mouse, you hit it once and you shoot it in one of its eyes. It's and it's and then you hear the words of Marlfax on the wind. Kill it. And you line up your last arrow and you shoot it, and it gets wreathed in this energy. And you swear you see kind of the stag skull, ethereal green of Marlfax push the arrow, shoot the arrow again while it's in the air, and you just blow a massive hole in the Night Fiend's chest, and it looks down, and it falls over, and the flesh begins just bubbling, and the fur begins bubbling, and much like the other one, immediately decays, leaving only its skeleton.
I will just sort of mutter a thank you under my breath and healing word Nettle still, like I was going to. I'll do a second level for her. 4. Ooh, 2 4s. That's gonna be 12 plus 12
Yay!
healing Nettle.
Oh, thank God. I tried so hard.
Oh, you did very well.
Ugh, man, getting knocked out really knocks you out.
Oh, well, you were very brave.
I try my best.
And I'll just sort of dispel my spiritual weapon that's still hanging out on the battlefield, I guess, because they're done now, yeah?
Yeah, the battle's done. You're out of combat. You're out of initiative.
Cool.
Everyone's probably kind of catching their breath at this point after the tough pitched battle.
Very useless.
I have a question. How are we supposed to turn in parts for rewards if they just turn the ash dust?
Take
Goo.
a skull.
There
The
are
skeleton's still there.
some pieces, yeah. I will go and try to see what I can find as proof from both these things.
Yeah, either the large claws or the skull, pretty large skull of one of these that you'd have to kind of strap on the back of a mount to bring back to Red Tooth.
Are they still super smelly?
The stench is gone now that they have been slain. The stench does not hang in the air. Now it smells like a regular forest. And you kind of start hearing the faint sound of birds after all the silence that these creatures brought on the wind.
That was alarmingly quick.
Well, I guess we still have time to get back to the town and, get a rest there at least. Ooh, let's get some of these pieces up. Mouse wants to they'll take I guess if the heads are unwieldy, they'll try to get as many claws as they can, but if possible they'd like to hang on to 2 for themselves.
Yeah, you can grab enough of these claws of these creatures. If no one's going to try and take one of the heads would definitely be the most definitive proof.
Okay, I wasn't sure exactly how big they are. Oh, we've got our mounts though, so...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Strap it to the mount.
Okay, then. Yeah, so Mouse will help kind of lug the skulls over so we can prove there's 2 of them, but they want to keep some claws for themselves.
That's fine, yeah. Anyone else wants to do?
I'll just help Mouse.
All right.
I'm gonna
we can
provide some last ritual for
All
these
right.
fallen druids, even though they were kind of evil. So
Yeah. Go ahead and perform your last. Or are you gonna take? What do you do to perform your ritual?
well, using like the leftover parts from the ice storm, I'll just kind of return their bones to the earth, what we're not taking, and let them lay at peace.
Okay, and you probably say a prayer saying
Sure.
something along the lines of like, from the dirt you rose to the dirt you return, your soul will join the night sky, stuff like that.
Whatever seems appropriate. Yeah.
Be at rest, never hunger again,
Mm-hmm.
since Night Fiends, the big theme is hunger for them. So mounts are loaded up. Krukazel does the ritual, and we'll you're at the warden's door. The travel back's a little solemn as people are kind of nursing and bandaging wounds. Nettle might be trying to reassemble the pauldron that was ripped off of her armor so violently during the fight.
Sucks.
There's some
I'll help mending it if like the straps got broken or something.
Yeah, but there are also these huge like teeth dents in it, and these pock holes from the teeth of the creature. If Nettle wants to keep you can mend the pock marks, but if Nettle wants to keep them because that looks metal.
Yeah, I'll ask. Oh, these are some pretty serious, battle scars for your armor, Nettle. I can fix them if you like. I don't know if it will, make them as effective if they're still there, but they look really cool.
They do look really cool. Do you think we could fix them but make it look like they're still got those?
Oh, I don't know. I can try and I could try not to totally complete the spell and see if it helps. Okay. I've never done that.
I don't know. Let's find out.
All right, I'll
interrupt my own casting.
Yeah, we'll say you can half mend it, so it looks
dents.
Yeah. Unless anything else anyone wants to do anything, you'll be back in Red Tooth and at the door of the warden.
Oh, I will timidly kind of knock, I guess, because I feel like as the black coat, I should probably be turning this in.
The warden answers the door. She has a white wolf pelt draped over her shoulders, and she has a bow slung over her other shoulder, and she has a quiver of arrows at her side. It looks like she's about to go on a hunt herself. Yes, I see you've returned. She's looking at the skulls. So there was actually monsters out. I was wrong.
Well, we had a very successful hunt. I think these might be all that it was out. The only creatures like these out there, but your people should probably still be careful.
Well, your work is much appreciated. Well, here's the 200 gold initially promised, and then I will do 300 for both those heads.
Oh, Dr. Sean, that is most generous of you. Thank you.
She hands you the nice hefty coin purses that she has to go back in and grab for you. Thank you so much for keeping the Shivering Forest not only a safe place, but also not tainted with the darkness of whatever creatures those were.
We were happy to help and do what we can to keep you and your hunters safe, so you can keep doing what you do best.
Indeed. And, well, you are quite an effective group of hunters. Perhaps the self-elected name of Star Touched might be appropriate for you. I'm going off to go lead a hunt myself. Please make use of she hands you a little insignia that's a moon, and then there's a bow over the moon, and then a wolf's face. Show this to Kuzak, and he'll make sure that your lodging is free for the night.
Oh, thank you. That's most appreciated.
No, you've done us a great service here in Red Tooth, and we owe it to you.
Oh, well, I'm glad that we could help.
Of course. Well, thank you again, and I hope your travels treat you well.
Oh, thank you, and have good hunting.
Thank you, and best of luck in your hunt for the biomancers.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And she bids.
Thinking.
She bids you all farewell. And essentially, she goes off to do her hunt. Y'all can go and find your lodging for the night, do whatever it is you wish to do, and then head out because you still have a few days travel till you reach Ren's Run.
Man, everyone thanks people a lot. I guess everybody's just grown up with good manners on here.
I mean, we try to at least. It is good to, we out here especially, we have to help each other as much as we can. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you and the ward said thank you to each other, I think, like 5 times each.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
Don't be
That
sorry.
must have been really annoying.
No, that means that you have good manners and that that your parents did a very good job.
Thank you, Nettle. Well, let's go get some dinner then. Mouse just sort of looks awkwardly away and walks into the tavern.
Did I say
Sure.
something wrong?
When
just,
you
looks to
when
the
you
rest of
point
the
out how
party.
people talk, it makes them feel weird, and now
Oh.
they're probably gonna think about it and be watching what they say all the time. And
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
So I
But-
think there might be some history there with their parents that
Oh.
maybe they're not particularly comfortable with being brought up.
Oh. Should I go apologize? Maybe, probably, yeah. I mean,
Alright.
how am I gonna show that I have good manners if I don't apologize?
I don't know. I'm not very good at most social situations.
Well, I am, and I feel like if you apologize, then they're going to apologize to you again, and then you're
Oh.
going to apologize, and it's just going to be
Well,
this big circle. I
oh.
think they're fine, really. But,
Oh no. Okay.
I mean, it's
I
up to
don't
you,
know.
of course, but
I mean, it might be one of those topics where it would just be better to leave well enough alone.
Oh, okay.
Or if
I
you
don't
want to have a situation wherein they can't reply to you, just write them a letter and shove it under
That's
the door.
true.
there you go.
Okay.
Notes are good. They're thoughtful. It shows you put effort into what you're going to say.
Notes
And
are
it
like when
forces
you,
a captive
Good idea.
audience.
it's kind of like when you don't want to express a feeling, and then you just kind of slip it in a note and call her good.
Well,
Like what feelings?
Well, I don't know, like sorry.
it might be a way to avoid an awkward conversation that neither of you really want to have while still expressing the fact that you care for them.
Okay. I will do that. I will write Mixed Mouse a sorry letter.
Do you know how to write?
Yes, I know how to write. I have a diary. Wait. No, I don't.
Well, I've got some seals in my bag if you want me to make it look really professional. So
Ooh, okay. That sounds good.
And the seals say scale cut DDS on
yeah, it's either that or Dragon Frost Library. So
the
Did
official
you
business.
steal it from the library?
well, I took it.
Mouse is just
So,
wondering
I mean,
why
it's my
Kate-
library.
Mouse is just wondering where Crew Hazel is apologizing.
In crayon.
Oh, by the way, this is Nettle.
So Crew Hazel and Nettle get to writing an apology letter. If anyone has anything else they want to do, we can just past like getting dinner, resting for the evening, and just get to traveling in the next day. I hate to rush y'all through, but like you've exhausted your stuff here at Red Tooth.
Yeah, I mean,
It's all
I
good.
don't. I'm good.
All right, I'm seeing thumbs up all
Yeah, I think I'm
around.
good.
Yep, we're good.
All right, we'll go to a quick break and then we'll be right back and we'll get back to trekking towards Ren's Run.
Yay.
And we're back.
Welcome back. The party was the Star Touched were gloriously victorious against the Night Fiends. Were able to collect payment from the warden. They had a nice dinner that hopefully wasn't awkward, and they rested for the night, feeling fresh, ready to set out the next day towards Ren's Run.
And that was 10 to 11 days, you said?
Or
was that from before when we left?
From before.
Okay.
It'll be an additional 4 or 5 days at this point to get there.
On road again.
Okay, I got nothing.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, we can just get to traveling. I just wanted to see if
I just meant for the nettle singing.
Feel free to interact on the road. If not, I'm going to read a lot of shit.
Like
Ooh.
a band of bugbears, we're the best.
And yes, I'll admit, I read off of descriptions because I can't make flowery prose on the fly all the time.
Don't worry,
Sorry.
me
I do the
too.
same thing, yeah.
All right. I know it
Everybody.
bothers some people, but you know what? I'm sorry. I'm not. I can't be Jane Austen, Stone Cold Jane Austen all the time, okay?
You can always tell when I'm reading
Jane
description because I
Austen.
have a very specific cadence in my voice when I'm
Yes.
reading.
Yep, I'm the same way. Anyway, back in character, back in the game. Does anyone have any talking they want to do on the road?
Just
If
singing.
not, sing. Speak now or forever hold your RP.
I think Kat's a little bit too nervous to start a
fair.
conversation right now.
That's fair. The fight with the Night Fiends probably put everyone a little on edge.
Oh no, we're walking into her literal worst nightmare.
Oh, that too, but... oh,
Oh yeah, main plot.
yeah, the main plot. Oh, we did a side thingy-majig. Oh, yeah. So you pass by the fallen tree that the Night Fiend knocked over, and you pass by that spot where you battled them. And as you travel the forest floor, you're traveling this forest. Again, the trees are very large, and you're traveling the forest for 4 days at this point, stopping the rest as need be again. Roz, you don't get any mysterious visitors in the night. No one gets any mysterious visitors in the night, thankfully. And as you travel the forest floor, the trees eventually part as a winding path works its way through them. More light begins to stream down to the bottom of the forest where you stand and travel. Reflections of various colors spread about the ground, as if almost as something's passing, like light is passing through a prism, almost. A very janky prism. When you look up at what is causing the color reflections, you see large trees flanking a wide set road, their twisted, gnarled branches forming an arch, grasping onto a crystalline structure that forms that arch shape. And this crystalline structure grows almost out of the ground and out of the trees that surround it, like an opalescent, jagged, petrified amber. These arches are massive, and even sometimes dwarfing the large nigh-bark trees that make this forest their home. They continue down a curved line through the forest. These are the arches of the gods.
Oh.
They're majestic. It's quite a sight to behold, especially to anyone who's never traveled this way before. If anyone wants to give a nature or history or arcana check on the arches, any of those will suffice.
Please. Oh, not good. That's under 10.
Yeah, it's maybe because it doesn't have to do with Kovithian religion.
What knowledge checks did you say we can make?
Arcana, nature, history. A 1 for Kruk Hazel.
1.
Guys are doing great. Let's see if I can do better. 19 on history.
All right. Yeah, Kruk Hazel's too busy maybe singing along with Nettle or just
On the road
distracted.
again. It's getting better, Nettle.
Mouse, they didn't teach you about this stuff back in Weidenhafen, but Roz, you've read about these. You've encountered similar crystals before. This is Arda Crystal. Arda Crystal is an organic material that is crystalline in nature, shell-like in substance, and it often grows in pillars or arches out of the ground. It is considered very interconnected with the quote-unquote soul of the world, Everin, that you're on, due to its properties and that it grows out of the earth itself. It's valued for its beauty, as it takes on many different colors, and its true potential in its magical properties. There are various kinds of Arda that are used in making adamantine and silvered equipment. You know that's what's used to make weapons adamantine or silver and not break, because silver is not a really good metal to make weapons out of in the first place. And the largest and most famous growth of the Arda crystals are what you're looking at right now, the Arches of the Gods. They're believed to be where the first portals opened up that brought elves and fae to the land. So they hold a very significant meaning to the elven people, but also to fae creatures.
Interesting. Is there any chance that the crystal I use an arcane focus might be like an Arda crystal? Or would that
Very
be
good
something
chance.
else?
There's a very good chance it's Arda crystal.
Interesting.
If you so decide that is what you want it to be made of, we can say it is.
Maybe. I'll think about it. Hi. Guys, do you know what this is?
This is very nice.
On the
No.
road again.
It is very valuable, but also very famous. So people would probably know if we like disassemble part of it to sell it. Probably.
What is it?
It's Arda crystal. You use it for all sorts of things. It makes metal more good, more better metal.
Oh.
It's very good. Also, some legends about this being like a portal that elves and fae came out of. It's worth serious coin.
Is it magical?
Is it magical? Yes.
Oftentimes, yeah, it's very much a magical reagent. It's used a lot, especially for certain magics like enchanting weapon equipment, transference of essence, sometimes used in all kinds of stuff. It also is sometimes used just to make plain old jewelry and stuff because it's very easy to work with and malleable and pretty.
It's not really magical on its own per se, but it's very conductive, so to speak. Some people call it like almost like a soul stone. The way it comes out of the ground like that, it might have some sort of earth energy in it, if you believe in that. And
that is very fascinating. It is it's like just these arches then, pretty much, right?
Yeah, and they continue for a while. They're huge, and they continue for a long time.
Okay.
I want to go touch one.
Yeah, you can go up to touch. So this thing dwarfs you, and that they're these massive pillars, and you have to kind of go between tree bark to touch it. And you can touch it. It's smooth to the touch. It's almost. It feels almost crystallish, but it also has a shell-like quality to it.
Is it radiating at all?
No, it is not radiating anything, but it when the light shines on it, it does make a lot of really pretty colors.
I also want to go poke it.
Yeah, you can poke it. Nothing happens.
Are there any bits of it that seem to have fallen off due to weathering or anything?
You can roll me an investigation check if you want to poke around for.
I do. I want to gather some bits and bobs. That is a 16.
You're kind of poking around in the shrubberies on the side, and you do find a smaller crystal of it that probably just naturally fell off due to just weather and the natural world.
And what was the name of this again? I'm sorry.
Arda, A-R-D-A.
Small Arda crystal. Cool.
And this one is amber in color, so it'd be amber Arda. It does come in a variety of colors. And sometimes some people think the color has stuff to do with the magic properties. Others are just like, eh. It looks really pretty. Most people are like, it's pretty.
I know you said they weren't radiating light or anything. Are they radiating a temperature, heat or cold?
You would think they would probably be, due to the crystalline shape, they'd be cold to the touch, but it's not. It's actually kind of warm when you touch it.
That's weird.
Where do these fall on the Mohs scale of hardness? Are they harder than diamond?
They're pretty hard.
Archmage Mohs.
You do know it's decently hard. Some people have made suits of armor of this. People make weapons out of it. It's durable. It can take blows and hits. It can dish blows and hits. It can take magical energy. This stuff's pretty. It's used in making adamantine stuff, so it is definitely
Hard.
got a lot of hardness to it.
I'm sorry, in my head it just looks like Willy Wonka's garden. It's like sugar crystals.
That's fair. I mean, so you kind of ooh and ah over the arches of the gods. Is there anything else anyone wishes to do as you pass under the arches and travel beneath them?
I just wanna, as I'm standing next to one, I wanna knock on it. You mentioned something that made me think it might almost seem kind of hollow.
Okay.
Or is it solid?
When you knock on it, it seems pretty solid. Like these are solid growths of Arda.
Interesting. Very cool. I wish we could take some.
I mean, I do have my shatter spell still.
Oh, I just feel like that would be a really bad idea. It's a much beloved landmark, you know?
Well, for what it's worth, I don't think I could destroy the whole thing.
Maybe like something on the outskirts of it that nobody would miss necessarily.
I mean, it is a very loud spell.
I don't know if I want to piss off any fey creatures for this.
Well, that is generally not a good idea.
Yes. We just fought night fiends. I don't think we need any moths at the moment.
No, I've had
Moths?
about enough
What?
of moths.
Mouse just looks very confused.
Maybe next time.
Moths where?
No, no. I was just speaking hypothetically.
Theoretical moths.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. And he pats her on the... No moths.
Okay.
Mouse has no idea what we're
Mouse is just like, these people really hate bugs.
It's been a suspiciously long time since we've dealt with moths, actually.
Is that so? The voice in the sky.
Whoa.
So you continue walking beneath these magnificent opalescent amber arches. And as you're walking, Mouse is regaled with the tales of why the Star-Touched arch nemesis is actually moths and not Dr. Branson.
Those goddamn moths. We survived a train crash and then moths.
Oh.
Moths.
It's almost a irrational fear.
It's very rational, thank you. They
So
almost killed us. One blinded me for a bit.
As they're hearing these stories, does Mouse actually know anything about these sorts of, like, crazy moth creatures?
yeah, the black coats would have told you about Fey moths. They're
Okay.
considered like the servants and the children of the Prince of Spring. They're very much associated with the season of spring. They're usually not hostile.
Mouse is like, who did you piss off?
But yeah, and they like hanging around gardens, flowers. They're often found in gardens, you know, and people do try to shoo them away, but they just want the yummy, yummy flowers.
Oh, okay. Mouse will not say anything, but they're kind of like, okay, weirdos.
Give me like a nature check.
Ooh, okay.
Let's see if Mouse would know this detail.
22.
How, 22?
Yeah.
You also know that offering them peppermint is considered one of the most offensive things you could do for them.
Okay. As they're hearing all of these stories, yeah, suddenly it's like the cogs start turning and Mouse is like, oh, I guess they did not like Crucazel's candy, did they?
For the first
No,
time.
they didn't. How did you know?
For the first time, Mouse is just judging us.
Oh.
But silently.
Silently, the best kind of judging. Silent judging. Megan, did Roz want to add something? You were like unmuting yourself there.
I think part of the issue is that Crucazel kept saying incredibly offensive things to them. I can't tell exactly what you're shaking your head, Crucazel, but I mean it kept happening over and over.
Oh.
I think you were like, "I'm here to fuck your queen," or just like you had to have said something awful because they immediately started attacking.
And that I did.
What?
It's a total Crucazel move.
It's true, it's in his book.
Well, my first rule is actually glitter moths hate peppermint, avoid at all costs. So that is what I learned from our first day traveling together.
In fairness,
that
he
is
was an
true.
old man at the time.
Yeah,
He
I was
was
a little,
old.
I
He
was
was
different.
old.
I wasn't
So-
always the specimen you see before you.
You continue to pass beneath these majestic rocks, regaling the tales of the moth battles. And the road beneath you is now starting to turn into cobbled stone. It's been about a day since you've hit the arches. While traveling this road for the next hour or so, you notice you're passing more and more travelers. You pass by the final arch of the forest, and you find the forest opens up into kind of just a grasslands in front of you. You're out of the shivering forest. You're out of Mouse's favored terrain. And you travel for about another hour. And it's about early evening when you arrive. More travelers are approaching from the east and west, joining you on the road. In the distance, you see perhaps the largest city you probably have ever seen. It appears as if it is a traversable width, but the city rolls over the horizon following the curve of a mighty river. You begin to perhaps feel smaller as you approach the city and its gates. And you cross over a wooden drawbridge and proceed into Ren's Run, the capital of the Covithian province of Urgavel.
Once we begin to see more foot traffic, Mouse is regressed back into wearing their hood up, pulled over their head and face, and just sort of lurking back behind people, kind of trying to hide between the mounts.
Yeah, is this a disguise sort of situation with Rob?
Oh no.
Oh no, did we lose her?
Awesome.
Megan, you cut out there for a second.
Yeah,
I
I
think you're
noticed because you
back.
all froze for me. Yes. Is this a disguise sort of situation?
Yeah, it might be advisable going into such a large place where your enemy could lurk at any corner.
Cat is gonna go for like a slightly menacing look. I'm gonna pretend to be the muscle, I guess,
No.
and try and just glare to keep people from looking too close.
Okay. I'll take an intimidation check. Roz, did you have a
Meanwhile.
disguise you wanted to put on?
Well, it's just the
That's a
the
natural
snake
20
eyes.
plus 10, so 30.
Oh,
People are not fucking with y'all on the road. Someone's about to be like, "Oh, hello."
Do not fuck with me.
Someone's about to say, like, give you like the nice Midwestern hello, and they're just like, "Fuck, never mind."
Cat's 5'2".
So even like the friendly halflings who usually have no sense of preservation when it comes to approaching people to be nice and greet them, they're like avoiding you. Cat is just staring daggers at people that just speak, "I dare you, talk to me, I'll fuck you up."
The whole time, Croquet's just like, hello, and then they just kind of walk by.
So, okay, Ren's Run is this massive city, and you kind of enter the streets. It's paved. Many of the buildings, they're wood or brick. Some of them multiple stories in height. You notice that tracks run through the middle of this massive city, and you hear like a little ding-a-ling-a-ling, and this little like tram is being pulled across these tracks. There's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of horse carriages, and you even swear you see someone kind of operating a carriage without any sort of beast of burden attached to it. And people are like avoiding you, and the mean mugging cat is like giving you a nice like. Someone bumps into you, you're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." It's Moses parting the Red Sea, but with people.
amazing.
So you're kind of just standing in this city, and it's almost as if you took like the small town kids and dropped them in the middle of Manhattan and said, "Go on, have fun."
Nettle's a country bumpkin.
Whoa.
I mean, how do you get lost in a city like this? It's a grid system, motherfucker.
It's great, motherfucker.
The streets are numbered.
And that was close.
Damn!
Yeah,
Thank you.
oh boy.
Ryan saved us
Yeah.
with
Just
the
before
unexpected
10.
lady. It's a grid system, motherfucker. So you do notice like little green signs with white text on it as like little roads and streets split off from the major road. This is wildly different to what you're used to. There's like even like some guards. They wear like these dark red uniforms, and they have like little badges on, and they hold rifles, and some of them hold halberds, and they have like rifles slung over their shoulder as they're kind of just standing underneath random street lamps and random points, and the traffic just keeps going back and forth. You notice on the right-hand side of the tram tracks, like that's very bustling. A lot of wagons, travelers. A lot of them are pulling into this wooden building and walking away without their carts and whatnot. You see a lot of people entering a tavern over here, and above it is like a sign of a dragon doing a thumbs up while holding like a mug of beer. There's just all kinds of places around you. So tell me what you're looking for, and I'll point out different various sites. You can probably, right here at 5 foot, you can access the 2 first boroughs of Ren's Run, Lukersburg and Martin's Row.
Is there any sort of bulletin or announcement board or newspaper stand?
There is a newspaper stand. You find a stand that's being run by a man with a large mustache and a monocle. He wears fine clothing, and above it, it says, I have it in here somewhere. Sorry, I have to find it.
It's okay.
Ren Song editorial. Extra, extra, read all about it.
There's a perv in Queens! I will take a newspaper.
That's going to be 1 gold, Missy.
I hand it over.
Here's your paper. And, I haven't seen you around before. And he kind of, like, adjusts the monocle.
I'm new in town.
I figured as much. Well, the name is... Dr. Hank Whistle Heffenpfeffer at your service.
I too am a doctor. Great to meet you. We have
a
lot to
man.
talk about. Yes.
A fellow man.
Have any relation to a certain Gith captain, do you?
No.
No. Common name, yeah.
Very common last name.
So anyway, if you need any, I know the city like the back of my hand. You catch the trolley, you can hit Strike Delve and Sparrowholm and the castle all in one day, miss. And you, sir, you just catch the tram.
I'm looking for a doctor.
Oh, well,
a specific one.
Okay, yeah, it's a PhD in journalism. Okay.
Why did you get a PhD in that?
I'm good at writing. Sorry. Not everyone can go be adventurers all willy-nilly. That's like a pipe dream that I tried to follow long ago.
Well, I'm an adventurer and a doctor. Anyways.
Well, there's your doctor. So,
but he specializes in dental hygiene.
Yeah, he's a dentist.
I mean, that's still a doctor. Okay, now we're splitting hairs.
Again, specific doctor, not just looking for a random one.
You're looking for a specific specialist.
Yeah. It goes by the name Branson.
Oi! Never heard of him.
Is he lying?
Insight check him.
How about anyone named the Good Doctor?
A good doctor?
Well, I'm a good doctor, but I ain't never heard of nobody.
Good Doctor, like it's a moniker.
That is the
like
dumbest
capital
moniker.
G.
Look, which
really
paper published it? Which?
Probably
3.
Not yours, friend. That's for sure.
You can't get a read on this newspaper guy. Maybe it's the mustache covering his lips. Maybe it's the monocle, or perhaps the big city is throwing you off. You can't get a read.
It's loud here.
It's very loud.
Can I, since I'm a doctor to doctor?
Do you want to Hippocratic oath this?
Yeah, kind of.
You want to see if he's lying? Go for it.
Sick.
Roll for Hippocratic Oath.
Oh, that's a nat 20, 28.
Whoa!
You see him kind of twirl the mustache a little bit when he's like, never heard of him.
All right, I'll break out the gold.
Speaking of gold, did we hand out what we got in the other town?
Mouse would have divvied it up. The warden gave them the money.
800 total. 200 for the initial contract, 300 for each Night Fiend head.
Oh, for each head, sweet.
I'll get 15 gold out, and I'll be like, look, friend, doctor to doctor, Hippocratic here.
All right.
Let's see. Right. Dr. Branson, you know him. Come on.
All right, look. I can't talk out here. There's a lot of... Look, meet me. All right, meet me in a few hours when I get off work, okay? Meet me at the last draft. All right?
All right, we'll be there.
All right. I'm expecting it. Look, and money now, and then I want 20 more of this when we meet up.
Sure, that sounds
Also, can I
great.
get an extra 5 right now because there's a cover charge tonight?
2 drinks minimum.
I'm a doctor, why not?
Thank you, doctor. All right. All right. Well, anyway, that is a great story that you are regaling me with. I will make sure to bring that back to the editorial office with me when I go talk to my superiors.
Nice cover. All right.
I just walk away.
So
I want to flip through this newspaper, see if I can see any like weird happenings that might or disappearances or anything that might indicate biomancer activity.
You're kind of flipping through the paper. It's pretty extra read all about it was a big fat lie. This is like a really slow day for news in here. It's like, oh, look, we got a Covithian grant. And then also Emperor himself approves the cancels the demolition of the Elf Arda Temple. That's probably the big headline in there. Emperor personally cancels the demolition due to historical...
We can get him on our side, you guys. I'm just saying. We need a puppet emperor.
Due to the historic significance of this structure, the historic significance supersedes that of the religious significance that this building holds to the land. And that came from Emperor Agar Orchtenbruck himself. And there's a nice, there's actually a black and white photograph of him in the paper. And you notice he's posing. He's really well dressed, long coat. He's well groomed, nice groomed beard. And you do notice he's kind of leaning on a cane when he's posing for the newspaper. And this was like a few weeks ago when he was visiting Ren's Run.
How old is the Emperor?
The Emperor, he's probably in his early 30s.
Okay. Might not be too entrenched. We might be able to pull him back.
I love how you're planning,
Listen, I'm taking over an empire and you can't stop me.
You also notice tonight performance at the last draft. Who knows what that could entail. And it's talking about how Edgar Ernest has written yet another fantastic play to be performed by local bards. And
the importance of being earnest.
Give me an insight check as you're reading that.
$17.
Yeah, this is a very sarcastic article. When they're saying this is going to be great, they're saying it's going to be a massive train wreck. You should go and see this.
I'm just curious. Does Mouse know if there's a Blackcoats Guild hall here?
There might be one. You'd have to poke around a bit, ask around, but you're not complete. This city's huge.
Right.
If there is one, it's buried somewhere in here.
Okay, just curious. That might be something, they'll be keeping in mind, I'm sure.
Yeah. So on the other side, in the other area, you do see the sheriff's office, a brick building, sits near the tram tracks and is nestled between 2 larger buildings. Sign hangs on a chain attached to 2 posts in front of the reddish building with desks. And there's in the windows, you can see some desks, and there is someone in a uniform. It's a really well put together wool coat with the 2 buttons on either side. Brimmed hats with one side flipped up and a feather poking out of it.
Well, the DM described it, so it sounds like we should go over there.
This was in the sheriff's office, you said?
Yeah, you can go over to the sheriff's office.
Phil, I don't know where we should start. I guess we could see if they've seen any strange activity here, maybe?
Yeah, worth a shot.
We also might want to try to establish a base of operations because, as was said, we're new in town, and we need a place to stay.
Oh yeah. I guess that's inn we are going to.
Is the last draft just a tavern, or is it an inn as well?
You'd have to ask. You're not sure. No one specified, do you?
Well, we can go look there.
Yeah, it seems like either way we want to post up there, settle in.
Yeah.
So it's not weird when Dr. Heffalump comes if we're just, walking in at the same time.
We need to find a stable or something for the or kennel
Buttercup, yes.
I'm sure that if we find an inn, they would likely have us stables.
You do notice next to the last draft that Heffenpfeffer pointed out to you, there is the stables right next to that
Oh, good.
tavern.
Narrative
that's where-
convenience.
Well, also because the last draft it was poorly zoned as well, because I'm trying to make it the scuzziest building in the city.
Nice.
So you can go to the stable. Honestly, the city is your oyster. Dr. Branson's the pearl you're looking for. So
The
you
worst
tell me,
pearl ever.
you tell me what exactly you're looking for, where you want to go, and I will tell you what stands out and where.
I'd like to do one thing real quick.
Yeah, sure.
I want to cast Conjure Minor Elementals and make Nigel in his icy gargoyle form, and be like, hey Nigel, how's it going?
Oi, what's good, mate? How's it going, Crook Angel?
I am pretty great, Nigel. Hey, I've got a job for you, and then I'll get you a beer tonight.
Oi, you said the magic word.
Alright, so for the next hour or so, until you have to go back into your weird realm, or 3 hours, I'll burn a few slots, sit on top of this roof, and come get me if any creepy-looking fellas come. Maybe, doctor-looking types.
Oi, I know just the type, mate. White coat, long, usually got some bad breath, really weird vibes. I'm on it, mate.
Yeah, yep. And if they have any, strange-looking, green dogs, alien dogs with them, that's probably
Oi,
bad. Yeah.
excuse me, mate. I had a pet blink dog that had green fur, and also your friend's
It's not-
husky
all right.
mountain has green fur.
Mess is sitting on top of a green dog right now.
I ice over Nigel's mouth. Alright, see you soon, Nigel.
Cookiesel.
Yep.
Can you also ask him to keep an eye out for a blonde girl my age, looks like me, really, except blue eyes, blonde hair.
You heard the woman, Nigel? Alright, I suppose you need that. I'll unice it. Alright. Be good,
Oi.
Nigel.
All right, mate, I'll be good, but you owe me a point.
I'll get you 3. 1 per hour.
Oi, I swear to Boreala, if this show we going to is absolute short, I'm raising hell.
Can't wait to raise hell with you, Nigel.
Are you
So
seriously going to let him get drunk?
I mean, after he's off duty, yeah.
Odd enough sober.
Yeah, I know, he's rough around the edges, but he's a good guy.
Eh,
He's
I
doing
don't
us a
believe
huge
you.
favor. I know.
it's not really a favor. It's kind of required to. Is he
Well-
your pet or something?
No, he's a living, breathing ice elemental kind of thing.
Well, Fang's living, breathing, and also my pet.
All right.
Fang does pretty much what I want him to do.
Well, Nigel's a little different. He's kind of like all the bad parts of me rolled into one. You know how sometimes I can be a little like cocky, I guess.
Yeah, we've noticed.
Yeah, that's a
Well-
lot of Nigel. Yeah, Roz probably doesn't get it.
What's that mean?
It's a compliment.
Okay.
It's only for the
Take it.
non-confident.
He likes
people.
you best.
I see the best sides of him. I
No, I
get
just
that. You
think
guys
Rosalind's
get the
confident.
reject side.
She's just a confident person, and confident people get a bad rap. I don't get it.
Okay, well, we're not having this conversation. Nope.
So, do we want to go to this tavern first, or?
Yeah, let's stake out the last draft. I want to make sure we're not walking into a trap or anything.
So standing outside of the last draft, so you walk down Martin's Row, you pass the stables. Do you drop your pets off at the stables
Yeah.
before?
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Mass will make sure that it looks like the animals there are, at least taken care of okay before we choose that stable, though.
So you go to these stables. Where are they? Come on. I have it written here somewhere. I swear I wrote notes, everyone. I swear.
How long have we been in the city at this point?
Not very long. Maybe like a few hours at the most. Why?
Okay. I was just curious. Because Mass hasn't used a disguise self just yet. I wasn't sure if we were going to be, going into a sheriff's office or something, for example.
Well, okay, so the stable, I thought I wrote, oh, there it is. So you enter Martin's Row stables, the massive stable. It has a yard, and there's a kindly half elf. She's kind of working behind the counter, and she's finishing up putting a horse away, and she's kind of dusting herself off. And she has this nicely done braid around her head. Oh, I can take care of you animals for you. 15 gold per animal for the week.
I'm good.
And Nettle will just dispel Maximus.
Yeah, that's steep.
I'll
She's the only
Papa.
one who can do that, though.
It's for the whole week. I'm sorry, it's just we have to feed and board them.
Oh, for a week. Okay.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
okay. I will pay for Makita's.
Well, thank you. I will take very good care of your animals. These are beautiful dogs, by the way. We don't get many Ernviki and Malamutes out this way.
Oh, they have done very well for us.
I heard they are absolutely the most loyal, and they are huge. They are so much bigger than I thought they'd be.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
very good dogs, and I give my dog a hug.
And
I love my dog.
She's very excited. You can tell she's really good with the animals, and that they really take to her. And she kind of goes to put them away after everyone pays their fees, so you can make your way to the last draft.
What kind of food do you give the horses?
Well, hay, and we do try to give them some oats and the odd sugar cube when they aren't being cooperative.
Will that make them big and strong, or is that just normal food?
You have the Winifred guarantee that your horse will remain strong and sturdy.
What if I want it stronger and sturdier? Do you have any, like, horse steroids or something?
I don't deal in that. No. Why?
I can feed him
Mouse looks
berries.
affronted.
I would never do that to these beautiful creatures.
Nothing fortified, protein shakes.
No.
Okay, it's
I like
fine.
you,
It's fine.
Winifred.
I'm sorry. That's a very odd request.
No, it just seems like hay is not a lot to, live on. I
It's
want
pretty-
better for her.
It's pretty normal for horses.
Hay is normal. I want better. She's a good girl.
I will take very fine care of Buttercup, and I guarantee you she will be happy, or I will give you your money back.
I'll cast
Hey.
Goodberry and hand them to the stable owner a bunch of sugar cubes.
Just so you
thank
know, our ranger can speak to her, so if she's not happy, we will know.
We will know.
I encounter a lot of people who can speak with their animal companions, and I, Winifred of Wren's Run, will take very fine care of your animals. You have my
Okay.
promise, and I swear upon Oku, god of the beasts.
Oh, well,
Okay.
that is good enough for me.
Okay.
Well, enjoy your time here at Wren's Run. I look forward to seeing you at the end of the week.
Danke.
So Winifred bids you farewell with the guarantee she will take care of your animals. Don't worry, I know what Roz was going for there. I know what you were going for there. Digging. So Maximus has been dispelled.
Yes.
Okay. So you walk next door to the last draft. This tavern, it attempts to have a fine pillared appearance with a nice balcony on the second floor. This wooden building shares its lane with the wagon right and the stables. Therefore, those smells are kind of intermingling in the middle there. And it's got stains on the front and whatnot. And there is this rather dour looking fellow standing outside. He has this long, just greasy, dark hair, and he's dressed in only what can be described as ridiculous Victorian garb, like this black and gold vest with like a pocket watch, white frilly sleeves and the frilly collar. It's so bad looking, it's almost as if he's parodying himself if he wasn't taking himself seriously.
I walk up, good day, and I cloak of billowing.
Oh, hi, Dragon.
Excuse me?
Hi, I am the great purview writer Edgar Ernest, but you can call me Mr. Ernest.
I can't do this.
Have
Is
you
this
come-
fashion?
Do we want to kill this guy?
This is
I will
the
totally
highest-
kill that guy for you.
This is the highest form of fashion. I don't understand what you. I write great Covithian plays.
I look around. Is anybody else wearing clothes like this?
Oh God, no.
I don't
Uh,
think this is fashion.
Any
Uh,
plays we might have heard of?
What?
Any plays we might have heard of?
Oh, you mean you have not heard a play by Edgar Ernest?
Nope.
We're
You
new
must
around
be-
here. Yeah.
New around here. Tell you what, I will waive cover fee for tonight
Oh.
and allow you to enjoy what I have written to be performed by local bards.
What's it
Oh
called?
god, it's so bad, everyone.
It's gonna be real bad.
Well, this dragon can't wait.
What's the show called?
Tonight's show is titled The Spire, about the great Emperor's conquest of Balin.
Oh wait, Nettle, is this about you?
I don't know.
When
Anyway.
did you write this?
Yeah, what is this, a new play?
Oh no, I wrote this like years ago.
Oh.
Years
Okay.
ago.
I think he means about the last Duke.
You know that Duke's dead, right?
Oh yes, I heard news a few weeks ago.
Alright.
Killed by Gregor's men? Yeah, I heard news.
Wait.
Yep, Gregor's
Not
man.
strictly accurate.
Perhaps I write plays someday. And he kind of like settles in. We talk later. I get story from you. You look like you have story.
We sure do, and we're gonna lie the hell to this guy.
Yeah. Bye.
He
Let's tell them both.
swings open the door just so dramatically, flourishes his hair.
Okay, we're all agreed that we're gonna tell him the most absurd and outlandish
Oh, yeah.
version of events that we possibly can, right?
Yep, and that we slayed all of the moths in
Yeah,
the
it was
entire
all
world.
us.
So on the inside, seating is arranged on a fine purple musty carpet with a small bar near the back. Fine tapestries hang on the wall, and the colored glass of the windows comes off as garish to you. It's almost as if he's trying to replicate the image of a temple within his tavern/theater. The tables are arranged around a stage that dominates a fair amount of space in the tavern. And more people are starting to come in and kind of claim some tables. There is someone dressed similarly behind the bar, and this half orc is serving people drinks.
I will go get us a table.
Yeah,
Fire-
make sure you get a space for Dr. Heffalump as well.
Yep.
I go over and get the strongest drinks as we're gonna enjoy
Yes.
this play.
Yes.
This is
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
About
3
lodging.
gold for all your drinks for everybody.
Double it.
6 gold for the drinks.
Yep.
After some time, Dr. Heffenpfeffer shows up and he's talking to the playwright who runs this place. And it seems they've had conversation before. They have a jovial, friendly tone with each other. And he comes and sits next to you after grabbing himself a drink at the bar. What did I tell you? This is going to be the greatest performance you've ever seen. And when I say the greatest, I mean the greatest worst performance you've ever seen. People come
So
here
it's
just to
that
see.
kind of show here.
People come to this place just to see just how shite the next play is after the.
Well, that's a
the
little
previous.
mean.
Why? Why would they do that?
It's like Sharknado, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Why?
What's a Sharknado?
Some
A
people will show
play
you.
that came through a while ago.
Ernest,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, me and Kat
Ernest
went to see
claims
it.
he.
It was-
Ernest claims he wrote that one. You know.
It's really bad.
Plus, it makes it really good for when news is really slow. So, and he might be a bit of an odd guy, but damn, does he really sell papers?
Okay.
All right, down to business.
All right. So, what do you want to know?
I mean, everything you've got, friend.
So, you're looking for a doctor, right?
Here we
Specific
are.
one.
You're new in town. Keep your heads low, but. So, there's a company in town. They manufacture reagents, potions, medical stuff. They get sent out to all the towns in the area.
Aether?
I'm not sure, but P. Schuler and Sons, 44 Devonshire Way, in Shrikedelve. But if you want to know a little more about it, he leans in really close. Head back over towards Aluxburg. Talk to James. He's had a bit of an arrangement with them.
James.
James Butcher.
Is he a butcher?
Well, yes, he works in the butcher shop.
Yeah.
It's pretty on the nose.
Well, not all of us get to have fancy surnames. Most of us are pretty low in station. I adopted the name Heffenpfeffer myself, quite honestly, inspired by a certain gift general. It inspires a certain level of pomp and circumstance. I'm sure you can understand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My original name is just Ren's Run was my original name, and that doesn't sell papers. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here.
Yeah, that's much less pompy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So anyway, James Butch is the guy you're gonna want to talk to. All right.
Okay.
Sure.
And he holds his hand out expectingly for the gold that Kazel's gonna owe him for the additional info.
I don't give it to him.
We had a deal.
Cat glares at him as hard as she can.
Intimidation check.
I push one of the fancy drinks that I bought, knowing that Nettle can't drink it, and I push another one towards him.
That's only a 14.
Yeah, he's not bending. Look, Mike, I'm putting myself on the line here, and if this does come back, I'm
gonna lean in really close and glare
Look,
at
I
him.
haven't even published this story because I don't even have enough to go with on this.
Alright, one more question then. So the people at large here don't really know what's going on.
No, shit. All these companies operate and do weird things.
Alright, I give him the
They're
gold.
all up to something.
I'll give him the gold.
All right. Look. I don't know what's going on with P. Schuler and Sons, but I know James told me before they were moving some odd cargo in and out of there. All right?
What kind of cargo?
James was not willing to speak to me, worried I was going to publish a big story, and he knew if he held back details, I wouldn't publish.
Live cargo?
Nothing living, but there's something odd to James. James did mention that Mr. Preston Schuler is a collector of sorts. That's why him and Schuler have an agreement.
Alright.
That's all I really know. James wasn't really willing to divulge more, but he wanted it published, and he said to hold on to that information, and should anything happen to him, then publish it.
He thinks he might be in danger.
Mr. Schuler is a peculiar man, and does not conduct business lightly.
Cat stands up abruptly. And I think it's time we pay James a visit.
No, you gotta stay for the show. It'll look weird if you just get up
No.
and leave.
And she turns and leaves.
But I want to stay for the show.
Your friend is going to be making quite a scene for herself, and that is dangerous here in Ren's Run.
It's kind of our thing.
Can anyone suggest that she stay here?
Oh, you know what? Here, Nettle, I got an idea. Let's make Nigel watch the show, and he'll act it out for us later.
Oh, okay.
Well, it might be actually, if you guys stay and watch the show, it might be better if just 2 or 3 of us go, so we draw less attention.
Oh, I'll come.
Roz looks longingly at the table of drinks.
I want to stay and watch the show.
Yeah, you go. I'm gonna go. I want to turn to a spider and sneak in somewhere again. That was fun.
I will come with you if that is okay.
Heffenpfeffer's writing notes down. Turn into a spider.
Take it down, Heffenpfeffer.
It is pretty small and crowded here. It would be nice to get out.
Nettle, Roz, Gray, stay here, watch the show. We're gonna go speak to the butcher.
Okay.
Roz will motion a couple fingers at Fang and send them after Cat.
Sounds like a plan. So the play begins after your friends leave, and it is god awful.
I make Nigel watch it too.
If there was a fantasy equivalent, if Shakespeare wrote The Room, that's what this is, and it's just as bad. There's definitely you're tearing me apart. See, Akira, you're tearing me apart. And Ernest, of course, is playing the lead, right? And he's just terrible. And there's a bunch of times where he's like, "What was my line again? Line." Just multiple times throughout it's so, but people are loving how bad this play is. People are throwing coins towards the stage, people are throwing flowers, people are throwing their drinks to the actors, and they're drinking while performing. It's a wild this is not your average community theater. And during the Akira, you're tearing me apart scene, and someone leans over, I've seen this 1 million times. This is the best one yet.
Yeah, it's real great. Yeah.
And just during the "you're tearing me apart, Akira," is just everyone just roars up into just applause and cheering. This would probably be the perfect time to maybe slip out if this ain't your thing.
Watching Roz watch bad theater is my new favorite thing, by the way.
Nettle is eating it up. She's like,
Yeah, Roz is watching Nettle. Nettle's super into it.
super into it.
Gray just has his hood up, and he's not paying attention to anything. He hears none of this.
And the three, Mouse, Cat, and Crookhazel, you head to...
I will be human mouse for now.
You
I'm a
head
little
towards-
spider.
So you have to wait to cross over into Aluxburg because the tram's going by, and you cross over. You pass the train station and the sheriff's office, and you find the butcher shop, James Butcher Shop. That's all it's called. It's James Butcher Shop. It's a rather humble looking building. There's not much to it. It's a wooden building on the outside. Just a loose saloon style almost door leading into it. And there's a man behind, a dark skinned man with dreads that he has tied up into a ponytail. He wears like the apron, like the classic dark rubbery apron that's got like smeared guts and blood on it. And he's kind of he's chopping meat with a cleaver behind the counter. He's got a scale and he's weighing the cuts as he's making them. And you see a few other like pieces of meat kind of hanging up in there waiting to be cut. And then there's like a back room behind the counter.
Oh, I see. New faces in town, right?
You're James?
Hi, James is my name. James Butcher.
Can we speak for a moment privately, James?
And he kind of looks around.
Is this about? I kind of have a business to run here at the moment.
You're gonna want to have this conversation in private, James.
All right, but please don't mind. It's going to be a bit cold where we can find the most privacy.
Oh, he's gonna take us to the meat freezer. Fuck. Okay.
I'm checking out the back room in spider form.
It's cold, which is homey for you, and there's just a bunch of like hanging, slaughtered, the classic slaughterhouse look, right? And it's, to your surprise, it's refrigerated in here.
Can I check if there's any traps or anything sus in here besides hanging meat?
Because you're ever so observant. There are no traps. You do notice the strange crystals where the cold is emanating from in the refrigeration unit here. And they're kind of hooked up to like pipes that go throughout the room. So James,
I'm gonna go back into Crookhazel and open the door for him. So be like, this way, friend.
oh, and he's got the cleaver.
I want to try and take the cleaver from him.
Roll athletics.
Oh, athletics. Can it not be sleight of hand?
Sure. Try and do sleight of hand to be sneaky with it.
18.
As he goes to bring it back, you grab it from him, and he's kind of like, and he goes to grab a knife that he has. He pulls out a knife that he's got stashed on his purse and on his belt. All right, who are you, and what brings y'all here?
I don't want to hurt you, James. Step into the back room.
All right. We're going into the freezer. All right, Mike.
Go in.
All right.
He goes first.
He goes in and he's like backing in with the knife pointed at you after Crookhazel opened it from. All right. First of all, who's the white dragon guy? Second of all,
our names don't matter.
Yes, they do.
Oh, I'm Crookhazel. Hello.
You ruined it.
Look, I'm an honest working man just trying to make an honest living. This is some stick up from the boneyard again. I swear I paid my protection last month.
What?
The boneyard?
Oh, yeah, you new in town or some shit?
Yeah.
And he sheathes the knife. Fuck. It's where most of the bad shit goes down around here, all right? It's where the boss is.
Who's the boss?
You know, shit. Where are you coming from?
All over the place.
Oi, that ain't an answer. Look, I ain't answering unless you answer.
I'm from
He's from Dragonfrost. I'm from nowhere in particular.
nowhere in particular. That sounds like a load of shit if you ask me. It sounds like someone who doesn't want people finding shit out.
There's nothing to find out about me. I'm a persona non grata, I'm afraid.
And look, you don't scare me, because quite frankly, I've got something you must need, and you're not gonna kill me until you get the answer that you want.
Yeah,
can talk
I'm
with
not
your
going to
dead
kill
body,
you
actually.
until I... Well, that's true. He can do that.
Well, I can't, but our friend can.
Look, the boneyard...
Fang will pipe up. Oh yeah, I totally can.
Listen,
Gods! Ugh!
I might not kill you until I find out what I need.
Look,
But I
okay.
can make the last several moments of your life very painful.
All right, look, the boneyard's run by a person who she goes by the Reaper, okay? That's all I know. She's in charge of everything that's criminal around here. She's if you're from High God, she's like your Mazuka, okay? And she's like your Gulo if you're from the frontier, all right? That's all. That's all.
Sorry.
How much do you pay for a protection fee, James?
Fuck, I pay like 200 gold a month, okay?
Whoa.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
well, the last time I didn't pay, they came in and busted up me shop, and the sheriffs didn't do shit about it, all right?
well
Yeah,
we're,
sounds
we're
right.
your friends here. We're trying to alleviate that too.
Are you sure about that, mate?
I'm not your
Because-
friend. Crocasel might be.
I'm pretty friendly.
I'm neutral.
Oi, there's a talking... Oh,
So, we hear some whispers that you've got a bit of a deal with the company in town. Tell us
Oi.
about that.
Oi, did fucking Heaven Pfeffer go and...
Yes.
I'm gonna chop him up into cold cuts. Ugh.
Reporters, what are you gonna do?
I told him because in case anything happens, like this shit happened to me.
I told you I don't want to hurt you, so just tell me what I need.
What do you need to know? All right, look. Preston Schuler, the owner of Schuler and Sons, P. Schuler and Sons, you know, he's a peculiar guy. We entered an agreement about... Oh, fuck. I don't know. We had an agreement like a few years ago, okay? He helps me out with the shit with the Reaper, and in exchange, I give him meat for his pets. He collects exotic animals, okay? You never heard about those guys?
Yeah, I've heard of a few.
Yeah.
I've heard of one in particular.
Yeah,
Goes
the
by
guy who-
Joe.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
exotic guy, yeah.
Hmm.
What do you know about any biomancers in town?
Oh, wait, look, I don't know shit about biomancers. I don't... Nothing, okay? I thought we were done with them after the whole fucking coup that happened like almost 20 years ago.
Cool. What do I know about this? Do I know anything about this?
You've heard whispers about the former ruling family of Urgavel being overthrown because the populace was like, they're committing heresy. We should get rid of them.
Oh, just okay, yeah. Sorry. Okay.
All right, look, lady, you know, you must be really new in town if you haven't heard of the Partridge family, okay? And
Tell me what
that's-
you know about the Partridge family. Sorry, I am new in town. I want to hear more about this.
It's a sly smile. Seems I've shifted the dynamic here.
Not too far.
But you
I'm
see-
still holding a knife.
I could just eat you.
Go for it. You won't get the information you're looking for. Look.
I slam him into the wall.
Oh shit.
Mouse.
Oh boy, Mouse, we gotta get out of here.
Huh?
I put the cleaver at his throat and I say, "Tell me what I want to know." Okay, I don't have time for games. I don't have time for playing around. My sister's life is on the line, so you talk now.
Mouse would like to cast Zone of Truth.
All right, you cast the Zone of Truth.
That's
What
a
save does it?
charisma, I do believe.
I failed.
That's gonna be an 11.
Yeah, that'll fail.
All right.
I got a 16 plus, so I'm cool.
Please, just can we put the weapons away? Can the dragon stop threatening? The little dragon stop threatening to eat me, and we can act like civilized folks, please.
You're asking a lot. But okay.
I'll step back a little bit.
All right. First of all, the Partridges, like about 20 years ago, you were probably a baby at the point. The Partridges were doing heresy and shit.
What kind of heresy?
Well, let me get there. All right. So a lot of us got together, myself included. I mean, almost the whole town turned on them, stormed their castle, and well, we put an end to their rule.
Killed him?
Guillotines. Mate, it was bloody. But we never found who. All I remember was there were strange vats in the basement of that castle.
That's
And whatever happened there was unnatural. and unholy, and that place is haunted. And I don't like speaking of it much.
Where is the castle?
Well, if you take the tram all the way to Songbird Castle Borough, it's all the way at the other side of town.
How haunted?
Boy, we're talking haunted, all right, mate? We're talking haunted as shit. And all I remember is Haffenpfeffer said he found a letter to a biomancer, Nora Lynn. There was a letter to her, some sort of agreement between the Partridge family and her had taken place. That's all I know.
What kind of agreement?
Oh, I don't know. Haffenpfeffer burned it up. I didn't even want to know. I never asked. And I'm pretty sure Haffenpfeffer's been drinking to forget what he read. We're all trying.
Okay. Are you still there with Haffenpfeffer?
Yep.
Ask him.
Okay, 1 moment. And Fang's eyes go blank for a little bit. Doctor dude. Hey.
Oi, what's good, mate?
Did you get some sort of letter about a Nora Lynn?
And he just goes just blank-faced and just kind of shuts down for a second. I tried to forget what we found in Songbird Keep.
In Songbird Keep?
The castle that belongs to the Partridges. No one goes there anymore.
Yes, I've heard it's haunted. What did that letter say? You said try to forget, so clearly you haven't. You should tell me.
I've done a lot to try and forget that thing. The things I read in there were disturbing. The kind of things someone would do to their children. And he's just like, I need another drink, mate.
Oh, here's a whole table full, and she'll push.
And he just slams 2 of them down, just one right after another.
Yeah, that'll make you feel better. You just drink that milk.
There was an arrangement. They wanted a pure child in blood and with the divine spark that was carried by the Partridge family's ancestry. And, oh gods. And he can't even bring himself to finish what he was reading in the letter. Whatever happened there was so unholy and unnatural. I wish the Emperor would burn that place to the ground. Anyway, I should probably get going. The performance was great as ever, but I'm so sorry. And he just kind of slides the money back towards you. I don't want this.
Okay. She will put it in a separate pocket to give back to Hazel. Hey.
Oh no.
If you need to get what... Oh, there we go. Yeah, sorry. Zoom is not having me tonight. If you to get what you heard off your chest, I can tell you that information could do...
Oh no.
Information could do some healing if you wanted to share more later. Take a moment to think on it. There are victims who it could help.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the Drunk Punch Tavern. I'll probably be there for a while working on my next piece.
Okay.
Is James all right? I don't want him coming after me. I swore I wouldn't tell a soul what he told me.
I don't think he'll come after you.
Is James safe?
I mean, I haven't checked in a minute.
He believes you.
It's okay. You go to Punch Drunk Tavern. If we are able to ease your burden by pulling some of the information from you to help others, we will come find you.
Understood. I'm sorry. That was such a horrific night.
You can only imagine.
20 years later, and it still haunts me.
Haunts a lot of people.
Well, I bid you adieu, and whatever twisted quest you're on, I hope you find your answers.
Yeah. Have a good night, Dr. Heffelamp. We'll probably talk to you later.
And he tips the hat he's wearing and slowly kind of just trudges out of the last draft tavern.
Roz will lean back, look ahead at the performance like she's attentive, and then go back into Fang mode.
All right, back to the butcher's house, the butcher shop. All right.
Meanwhile,
all right. Look, so that's my arrangement with Mr. Shula. I know he's a collector, and all I know is I saw some glowing shit in his warehouse the other night. I stopped by to drop off a shipment. They quickly closed the doors, and they were shipping it out on a train the next day.
Where's the warehouse?
It's right here in this. It's not too far from the train station. It's well guarded and locked up. You're not gonna find any answers in there.
Ever heard of a man called Dr. Branson?
No, I've only ever dealt with Shula.
Thanks for your help, and I'll just leave.
I'll take James by the shoulder and just kind of cast Cure Wounds in case Cat nicked him. And I'll just
I didn't hurt him.
I know,
I
and I'll
just
just kind
threatened
of
him.
just some bruises. I'll brush off his jacket, kind of make him look nice. And
When Cat leaves, he lets out a.
I still have his cleaver. It's mine now.
and I'll take out of my pack the meat hook that Muertos hung me from, and I'll be like, here, I don't know if you need like another meat hook or something.
Yes. Yeah.
James, you're a good man, but nothing comes from fear. Don't worry. After all of this, it'll be all over.
Look, mate, I'm gonna still have to deal with the Reaper. If you don't handle Shula, I'll have to deal with Shula. And now I've got this haunted shite from 20 years ago coming back to it.
I point out towards Cat. If that was any indication of the lengths that we'll go to stop Schuler and people involved with him, I don't think Schuler will be your problem very long.
And as Cat's walking out, James is like, "Oh, I guess I forgot the last part about that night we stormed the castle."
Shit, I turn around. What?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Thought you'd warm up to me a little better now. The daughters of the Partridges, the two of them, never found. No one knows what happened to them.
I knew that.
Brush
Just the
James
two,
off.
right?
You know, funny thing, if they were still around, they'd probably be about your age. Gestures towards Cat.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, very funny.
Close
Quite
to it.
strange.
Anyway, and he leans over towards Crook Hazel. "Get the hell out of my shop."
Maybe you're not a good man, James. I pat him on both shoulders again and just kind of look him up and down and take off.
You're questioning my goodness. You're the one who came in
wanna
here and
kill him.
threatened me.
See you, James.
Ouch!
I kind of want to
Damn.
pull some Demon Barber of Fleet Street's shit right now.
Damn
just
hoodlums.
waves awkwardly and walks away, dropping
James.
my zone of truth.
I was going to give you your protection fee back, but if I find it, I'm going to keep it now.
Oi, mate, get fucked.
I like you, James.
He
wanna
just
kill
casts
him.
Blight on all of his meat.
Oh.
Blights his
Aw.
stock.
So you leave James's butcher shop, and that is an appropriate place to call it.
Oh man.
Oh
As
my
the Star
god.
Touch reached Ren's Run and began digging for answers.
Oh, geez.
That was really painful for me not to go yell at Heaven Pepper.
I'm proud. Cat did so well.
Cat did
Thank you.
well.
Not a single "I'm gonna fucking kill you."
No actual bodily harm was inflicted.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's grown.
Improvement!
We've gone. For the record, James isn't a crappy dude, just crappy circumstances, and you threatened to kill him.
Did threaten him with his own cleaver, which I took. It's mine now.
One time.
That's a tax write-off. He's fine.
Yeah.
So
I left him a meat hook.
I love how the party's like, this guy's fucking shitty. It's like, you threatened to kill him. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining well tonight. We will be back not next week, but 2 weeks on the 22nd on Earth Day. We'll be back on Earth Day, same time, and that'll be SteamSpell episode 28. And we will find out if the Star Touch are going to be getting more of those answers that they're looking for.
Oh boy.
Will we really learn just what happened to wee baby Cat that gruesome night 20 years ago? 20-ish, almost.
I'm dying. I have to know.
Well, you'll find out eventually. Anyway, we're gonna go around and do our plugs now, and then we're gonna go raid some friends, because I'm mean. Anyway, let's start with Abby.
start with me, why don't you? Okay. Hi, I'm Abby. I live here. I am the creative director for here, and what do I do? Do I do cool stuff sometimes? Maybe table talkies tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know if I have one recorded and ready, so maybe. But coming Tuesday, we have a Kobolds Ate My Baby game that I'm very excited for. It's gonna be great. And then I'm here all Wednesdays, every Wednesday. Sometimes as Nettle, and other times as Adrian Blackburn, aka Shield Mom.
Nice.
And now that CouchCon is over, I don't know what to plug. So, yeah.
All right.
Yay, CouchCon was cool. Thank you, everyone, for being there.
All right, on to Chris.
Hello, I'm Chris. I do stuff around here. I run Agora's Bells every other Wednesday, and that's going to be pretty wild this week. They're going to find out if they are truly fighting vampire spawn as they expect, or if it's something else that they have dropped into this coliseum with. It's going to be wild.
Why do you do this to me, Chris?
I don't know, it's funny. Possible TPK, who knows? If you like those, come see. I also am emceeing a game on Friday, a City of Mist system called Dead Winter. It's going to be a lot of fun. Alex and Sam are in it, and then some other wonderful people from our community and our channel. It's going to be really cool. I'm excited. It is based in myths and fairy tales and legends, and the players will be playing as a certain myth or character from fiction or history. So that's going to be really cool. I'm excited for that. I hope to see you there. Go check out our CouchCon vlogs on YouTube if you have not seen them yet.
Nice. All right, Lucy.
Hi, I'm Lucy. You can find me on Twitter at BluebirdDraws. I run Elsewhere here on the first Tuesday of every month. Our monthly game this month was last night, and it was super fun. I play Brennan Lielo in Agora's Bells every other Wednesday. And I have a podcast called Odyssey Exploration and Research. And I have another project in the works that will hopefully be announced soon.
Yay. Ryan.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you
Hello.
there. My name is Ryan. I play Gray, the Abby, don't give me that look. I play Gray, the Tiefling Warlock on SteamSpell, the show that you just watched. That is currently my only game, but I do have a thing called Sims Character Creations, wherein I compose minute and a half or more short musical themes for TTRPG characters or podcasts, shows, etc. And I also offer voiceover narrative services if you need a recap or an introduction or what have you. And I still am taking commissions. I have slots open because of reasons. I need the money. That's the reason.
It's okay. The hustle. Respect it.
Yeah.
Sam.
Hey everyone, I am Sam. You can find me on Twitter at TheSamWisest. I'm Samwise_GameG. Here on Twitch, I'm a TTRPG streamer and disability advocate. I'm one of the co-producers over at Heroes Without Limits. Come and check us out. We're a channel by and for disabled, chronically ill, and neurodiverse folks. I'm also one of the players on Agora's Bells, so come and see us next Wednesday. Hopefully it won't be the last time we get to see Blossom, but I guess we'll have to see. On Friday, I will be playing in Dead Winter with Chris and Alex and some other wonderful people. And on Mondays, come and find me right back here at the Chromatic Chimera with No Initiatives, Dead Skies by Nights. This Monday is sort of one of our finales. We're going to be doing a sort of interesting thing. The 20th will be our finale, like proper, but check it out. We've got some cool ideas coming, and a new project is going to be announced soon. So check that out. I think that's all I got for me right now.
All right, Megan.
I'm going to try to be quick because I think rain's coming in and Zoom's been getting progressively angry as the night wears on. My name is Megan.
Go.
On Saturdays, you can see me
And we lost her.
Oh no!
at the Onyx Path on their channel. Okay, I'll try again. On Saturdays, you can see me at the Onyx Path on their channel playing their settings. Scarlands, it's great. Come see me. It's at 5 p.m. Central. It's fantastic. Next time you'll be able to see me here is on SteamSpell, April 22nd. Yay, thank you.
Thank you,
Megan's
Megan.
also part of Elsewhere, and she's great.
Yes.
But that's going to be for a while. We got like a month.
All right. Hi, I'm Alex. I can take this at regular speed. I'm gonna rub it in a little bit because also I'm the DM and that's my job, right? I am Mr. Puddins on Twitter. That's probably how you found me. If you're not already following me and you liked kind of like what you see here, like I kind of throw a lot of my ideas out into the internet sphere, stuff like these the night fiends and the lore behind them and other stuff. Do check out our Discord. We post stuff in there like art and memes, and we talk about the campaign and RPGs in general there. And next time SteamSpell is going to be on the 22nd. I'm in Agora's Bells as K-Jax. I'm going to be playing in Dead Winter on Friday. I am also in Elsewhere. I do a lot of stuff, I guess. Other than that, thank you again, everyone, for coming by tonight. It means so much to me to see people come by and enjoy what we have to offer. And we are reaching the conclusion of the Biomancer story arc. It's going to be wild. And with that, we're going to go say hello to our friends in Dice Priory. And they're having a wild episode of Ghost in the Machine right now. So we're going to drop in and say hello. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. I'll hopefully see you Friday.